want to do that. That's why I wanted to start the new year like strong, like be very consistent with the channel and posting for you guys, and get more videos out, like the main YouTube videos as well, like part of vlogs and stuff. Yeah, Jollibee. Korean fried chicken's pretty good too. Jollibee's really good. The gravy's good. The spaghetti's very interesting. You either hate it or love it. I kind of like it. It's like a sweeter spaghetti at Jollibee, and they have like, I think they have carrots or something in it. It's like a sweet spaghetti. It's basically like a Filipino KFC, basically. Jollibee. It's pretty good. Yeah, man, I kind of like, yeah, people have like these like super fancy strategies, like, oh, I got a fair value gap correlating with the silver bullet when the planets align and there's a full moon as well. It's like there's so much going on. It's like just like simple strategies also work. I think like risk management, trade management, and emotional management is like far greater than like a strategy, because you could have the best strategy in the world, have the best entry, but if you give that to two different traders, like if you give a trader like the same exact entry, same strategy, everything, one trader will make a lot more than the other trader, like completely. It's just how it is. It's how you manage your risk, control the trade, and how you are like emotionally. Nah, crypto student, you just gotta get used to it. Honestly, if you're not there often, you're gonna feel it. Excuse me. Yeah, Purdy. I thought about them. They're the best if you want to get like a live account, and I think also like Trade Day something. Yeah, but Perdia, I think they pay out with like a live account or something. Alright, we're either gonna see another reject right here, or like a breakout and then just continue it to these like levels up higher. Making like a staircase pattern right here, but we shall see. Balut? I never tried Balut. They tried tricking me in the Philippines. I knew what it was, and they said, oh, it's just an egg. And I knew damn well it was not just an egg. It was damn Balut. I never ate a Balut. I've been offered it numerous times, but I haven't had it. Oh gosh. Yeah, O3M, yeah, it's just pretty choppy price action, honestly. It's not the best. Like look at this. It's very slow, very, very, very slow. Alright, we got the 10 o'clock candle going. New hour candle. Yeah, I think risk management and all that like matters far more than like a strategy, honestly. Yeah, if it's a full moon correlating with the index and everything, and then when the planets align, then we could take the trade. Yeah, you can literally have the same exact entry, same strategy, same everything. Two traders will have completely different results. One will probably lose, one will probably have a win, one might be break even. Webcam is the YOLO Live S3. I got it for Christmas. So shout out to the fam. Because my old webcam, it was okay, but I'll be honest, it's just like a cheap one from Amazon. It's a great starter one. I'm not complaining. But like I'm like, if I wanted to live stream and be consistent with YouTube, do trade recaps, like yeah, this camera's pretty nice. I think it was like $200. Live clock, yeah, I'll probably add that. Yeah, this is the first stream, just testing it out. Oh shit, yeah, I'm right here. Oh, under the disclaimer. Yeah, here's the time. Yeah, I'll add a clock in the next stream. Yeah, Warren, you just gotta know when to walk away. Like, this is not good price action, honestly. This is pretty shitty, I'm not lying. This is like really shitty. A lot of people will get chopped up in this. Chopped up, faked out, everything. And see, it's making a lower high right now, so we might see a break. It's just moving so slow right now. Yeah, this is moving really slow. Okay, we could see maybe a break here, but I'm not going to take a trade right here, honestly. It's just hesitating and moving really slow. Yeah, guys, comment down below what time you guys want me to start or something. Like, you could probably start at a specific time every day, like maybe 8 a.m. PST or 9 a.m. or something, or earlier, like 7:30. Damien, I stopped trading the EMAs. I used to trade the EMAs like 2024 and last year, but recently, like the last few months, I took them off. Long story short, the guy I learned them from was basically a fraud scammer, and he was just making up a bunch of crap, and I was like, what the heck? And some guy like called him out on it, and I was like, oh shit. I'm like, he's right.
Damn. They said they got the biggest
Pre-market, yeah, I was thinking maybe around that, like 6:15
and gold.
Our time maybe. PST.
And gold.
I'm not gonna say names, but he is a big guy. It's kind of sad though. That's why I mainly started this channel. It's because like if I could do it, so could you. Like there's so many like frauds and scammers that don't show you everything, and then they just like claim that they're like this like super profitable, highly intelligent trader, and they want you to buy their course, and they have like a super nice car and everything. It's just it's a very sad industry with that part. That's why I started this channel. Like I'm literally just a normal dude. Like if I could do it, so could you. That's literally why I started this channel. Document the journey. Like I'm not gonna fake payouts and be like, oh, I made $700,000 in payouts last year, 2025. It's like, hell no, I never came close to that. Yeah, we're up 15 points on the day. Nothing crazy. It's just so slow, so slow.
Get over to that waypoint.
No, not him, not him. Yeah, but they just make it like portray like such a lifestyle that's like it's like unrealistic. Like you're not 25 years old with a Lamborghini and a mansion, making $100,000 a day. It's like social media like completely skew the like, perception of trading in life.
Target is the high-value laptop. Retrieve the intel and pull the hardware. Hostiles will know you there, so stay sharp.
Oh, that was a big push down. Yeah, see what I was talking about. In this slow, choppy range, yeah, we've been in this range for like 45 minutes, long time. It's just chipping at a wall each time. Down here chipping, down here chipping. And then ideally you want to look for a break into either direction. See where our price wants to go. Right now it looks like it wants to fall short still. Yeah, I never had a trading bot, but I know some people that like pushed the trading bot, and then trading bot did like absolute shit. People lost like thousands. Hey, what up, Tommy? Hey, thanks for joining the live. Appreciate all your comments, Tommy. I see you. I appreciate you. Yeah, we're not gonna say names, y'all. We're not gonna say names.
Got the drive and data intact.
Yeah, I pretty much only use Tradeovate. Like, this is literally my trading screen. I will look at like Nvidia sometimes, because Nvidia is like a big part of Nasdaq, and see where our price wants to go. Like, Nvidia is like pretty sold off a lot today.
Oh, man.
And then I also like have like another chart, just like looking at the overall look of NQ, like their overall look.
Heads up! Enemy helo!
That's crazy.
Alright, now we're seeing a bigger push down. I'll try to get another trade in for y'all or something. Yeah, we're getting a bigger push down. See what I say? Like, just chipping out a wall, waiting for a direction. Now we're pushing back shorter and fell into this range right now. So we can see a lower tap right here around this area now.
Man, that's crazy. How they going?
Yeah, first trading day of the year. Haven't traded in 2 weeks. First live stream. Thank you all for joining. Really appreciate y'all. Maybe I break and retest, maybe. Manage risk. I just do like basically like points. Like I'm looking at like a trade. Like let's say for example like right here, 30 points. I mean 31 right here. I'm risking like 10 points, maybe 15 points, and I'm looking to make like 20 to 30 points or something like that. I do off like points. Like if I have a 15-point stop loss, ideally I would want to make like minimum around 30.
Check your mission.
This would have been a nice short entry, but
It's
not fun really trading in this chop.
Hostiles. Secure as
Kinda
many
risky.
lanes as you can. The more your team has, the faster they'll calibrate.
Yeah, I appreciate that, crypto student. Yeah, I don't want to like force a lot of trades just to like, and then like promote like over trading and all that. We're small green on the year. Yeah, that's not bad on these challenge accounts. Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, a lot of time trading is just like sitting on your hands, honestly. My setup, like the last two trades today, they're very small winners. I'll gladly take it. We just took shorts right here. Overall channel was falling down, breaking levels down, and forming new lows, and then rejected off here like numerous times. See how like rejected off this level right here numerous times. Just take a short right here. I think the first short was right here, small win, and then like another small win right here. But yeah, it's just choppy range. Yeah, I've been hitting the gym and sauna. I was on a 100-day streak, and then I got the flu last week, and I'm literally just off it right now. I literally got stopped the flu like a couple of days ago. And then I'm hitting the gym 6 days a week, like push-pull legs, like lifting weights. And then I get 10,000 steps a day. So I try to get like 2 walks a day. But I get 10,000 steps a day and then like lifting weights. And then like 2 or 3 days a week I'll do the sauna. I have like a small infrared sauna. It's small. It's nice because I can like listen to music in it. It's in the garage. And I can also like listen to podcasts. It's a small sauna, infrared sauna. It only gets to 145 degrees though. That's pretty nice. Yeah, it happened, man. Like today's price action was very, very tricky on NQ. Especially in this morning right here. Very tricky. So you just gotta accept it and like move on from it. Yeah, I thought about doing a meet and greet or something. Maybe when like the channel gets bigger and there's people, like more people that would want to join or something. That'd be cool to do a meet and greet. So a lot of people on my channel and Discord, like they're from the Bay Area, which is pretty cool. RL live stream? Nah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I know you talking about the little plane when they were teaching the plane.
Still like shorts. Still like the idea of shorts. A nice entry would maybe be around here or so. But it's just so slow right now.
Battlefield is still crawling with hostiles. Stay alert.
Contact, enemy infantry.
Yeah, confused. I remember like on my old videos, my kettles were so freaking tiny. They literally looked like I was trading an Asia session. I honestly don't know how I was trading that, honestly. Yeah, but we made it nice and clear for y'all. And it's clear for me, I can see it clear. Hey, nice Romeo. And it seems pretty cool. I lived in San Francisco for like 18 years, and I moved out into another Bay Area part.
Because you know how you see how rich them Saudi Arabian niggas are. We got more oil than the Saudi Arabians right now, and the country's still gonna
Alright,
be
still pushing short.
Now or never. This is for keeps.
Eyes on the takeoff.
Bro, there's been some damn flooding in the Bay Area. You guys see that in like Marin County? There's like some like flooding and shit.
Your location
Like in the
is heating
streets,
up
like
fast.
king tides.
Won't be safe there
I
for
don't know if it
long.
was AI, but there's like a photo of like a leopard shark in the streets and people kayaking. I'm like, shit, I could kayak, go fishing there or something. Yeah, just cheating. The price action is very, very tough today. Very, very annoying. And glad I inspired you, Confused. Thank you. Dude, that's pretty good. That's really good. 120k in profits? That's like really, really good. Dude, you can make 6 figures a year from this? That's like a dream, bro. 6 figures a year plus profit? Yeah, Damien, it's okay. It happens, man. It's all good. Losing is part of the game.
Yeah. You talking about the Burkina Faso nigga?
Hey, what's up, Oki? Thanks for joining. Yeah, I expect it to be a little choppy today, honestly, because, yeah, we have a lot of news this week, I think. Let me check. Yeah, we have NFP on Friday. Then we have, I think, news on Wednesday.
Yeah, white people, they went a little crazy.
Yeah, we got news on Wednesday, and then just unemployment claims on Thursday. And, yeah, NFP on Friday. Guys, Forex Factory, check that if you want to check news. If you guys didn't know that. Forex Factory.
That area looks bad to me.
Yeah, generally when there's like news like upcoming in the week, usually the following days are generally, usually not all the time.
Available launcher marked.
What's it called? Choppy.
Yeah.
Heads up. Your grid's about to be compromised by NXC.
Yeah, at least you get the buffer, Damien, because like now the trailing drawdown stops, so that does help you. But if you're down 600, you still got 1400 to work with. That's still good.
You've got
You could definitely save
armor
that.
in your area. I'll get you some 18 units shortly.
Okay, now we're getting some aggressive sell-off right here. We see a break right here. We can see a continuation down, or it might bounce right here. So just be careful.
That just happened too, goddamn.
New mission is up. It's marked on your map.
That's the one who went to go with the dog. Oh damn.
What's up? Because of data point.
They deleted your accounts? No, I'd be pretty pissed if they deleted my accounts.
Damn, that's crazy. I didn't know all of this. I just put you in a second, and then you just told me your brother.
Damien, it's okay, man. Just take it slow. Manage your risk. Take an A+ setup. That's how you do it when you have like low drawdown. I've saved one of the accounts at my lowest one. I saved at like $150. Like literally had $150 left, and I literally saved it and I got it to pay out, which is pretty crazy. That was a big Hail Mary. Alright, we're breaking down lower. See what it wants to do.
Yeah, we're for Gardo. Damn, keep moving, soldier. Keep moving. Get it where you want. I mean, we own Venezuela now.
I don't have any more missions for you, but that doesn't mean it's safe out there. Keep your guard up.
Yeah, okay, they should... I don't know why they would delete your accounts. They should have, like, give you a resolution or something. I don't know why they would delete your accounts. They shouldn't delete them. Internet Explorer, what up? Understand Tradify? Yeah. Yeah, if you want to, ask questions.
All unit be advised. This is
Yeah, when you have
drill.
low drawdown, either micros or just an A+ setup with like a mini or something on NQ or something. Because you could get 2 or 3 trades out of that with $600 drawdown on NQ.
All unit be advised. We're going in. We're here to take motherfucking Venezuela. Venezuela is ours now. We own this place. This is our
Hey, 41 ticks. That's gonna be fun, man. FIFA World Cup. That's gonna be freaking sick.
This is where our babies come from.
Making lower candles down. We're gonna see a bigger push down.
This is our baby. We own Venezuela. We have no sex with all the Venezuelan women are now ours. We're now gonna put them in a sex slave. They're all
Approaching the drop zone. Hostiles are swarming the area, so expect heavy resistance. I'll update you on the ground as info comes in. Good hunting.
Move to that location. Reposition. Move now. Reference waypoint. Move there now. Breaking off!
Charge just to see what this thing's
Here we go. Touch it down. I'm in control of the one. I got all of them. I got all of them.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the range.
My name is Matt, also known as the Ammo Nerd, and we have a very brief ammunition review today because I have a limited amount of this and pretty much I don't have a lot of data on it. But I wanted to do a gel test on our 6.8 by 51 millimeters, not the normal 113 grain reduced range load that everyone else has tested, but I have the actual XM 1186 or general purpose round, or another name would be called the enhanced performance round EPR, 120 grain with a copper core and a very long and hard steel penetrating tip. Let's take a closer look at these guys on the table and talk about what we're going to do today. As I mentioned, this ammunition review is probably going to be very brief because I only have the one barrel length, that is the SIG MCX Spear, the commercial offering. It has a 16-inch barrel. There is the M7, which is the U.S. Army's NGSW. It has the 13-inch barrel. I know they have an M7A1 variant that has an 11-inch barrel, and there is a SIG Cross that has a 20-inch. So right now we just have the 16-inch. So we have our 10% clear ballistics gel, and we're just going to be at 12 feet so that we can ensure that we actually hit the gel. And we have two variants of this bullet that we're going to test. We have the original variant that we picked up from War Pig Armory that has no cantilevers machined on that jacket, and then we have some that we picked up off Gunbroker that have 3 or 4 cantilevers machined on the outside of it. I'm not sure if that's going to either aid in fragmentation or detract from it. We're going to take a few shots of this.
Your mom's got that oil on free on deck, bro.
Data-wise, we're going to step all the way down to around 1,800 feet per second and see the fragmentation threshold that where this bullet will stop fragmenting, and likely then it will just tumble.
That Venezuelan booty in that Venezuelan oil.
Ballistics gel block set up at 12 feet. They're 6 by 6 by 16, the 10% variant. They've been remelted a couple times, but the first one is very clear. We're going to start off with a full charge just to see what this thing is going to do. If it's anything like M80A1, I don't even know if I have enough gel blocks to contain it. Did not get a velocity reading off that.
Heads up, we got the station point. Contact, enemy.
Alright, my offset was wrong on the first shot. Didn't get a velocity reading. We're going to try a little bit higher this time. Shot number 2.
Heads up, check your map.
Still didn't get a velocity. Might be too short of a distance.
Oh, they trying to take it home.
Request immediate attack!
They trying to take it home.
Alright, my offset's a little off at 7 feet. I have that dialed up for 45, so we're shooting quite a bit low. We're still in the block.
Down, one's finished. Quit, shut up, shut up. We're talking about the oil and fucking put in work.
Off our XM 1186. And look at violent fragmentation occurring up to about the 6-inch mark. And then it settles down, and this is where the EPR round.
Come on, bro. Shut the fuck up.
But we have this upward traversal right there, and that is the penetrator. I did not locate it, although I see 2 fresh ding marks on my steel there. It looked like it could be off in Never Never Land. And then we have a separate wound track right down there, and that's the base. And it's going to be hard to see in this crappy gel. Again, doing this the best I can. That's 30 inches of penetration right there. Very much identical to the first shot there. We shot that one a little lower. We've got that fragmentation occurring, and we have that split off right there. Then the penetrator goes that way, and then the core is straight line. We did recover the core. It's just a little copper slug. We'll show you that in a second. But at full power from a 16-inch, that's 3,200 feet per second from what I've checked before. That is pretty darn amazing. I think maybe for these second shots, we'll go down to the lowest charge I have, and then if it tumbles, then we can work our way up to see where that velocity is going to cause it to continue to fragment out, but that's gnarly. Pretty much just like M80A1, we have a little more penetration than M855A1, obviously because that penetrator is longer. But wow, I wouldn't want to get hit with that at all, folks. Here is a bottom down shot. It looks like most of that fragmentation from that jacket extends out to around the 9.5 inch, maybe 10-inch mark to where it seems to calm down, and the rest of what is left for penetration is the tip and the core. You could argue either way. Usually, from what I understand, is we want more of that fragmentation to start past the 5-inch mark up to, you know, penetration depths, but we're still seeing that fragmentation out to about the 10-inch mark. All right, we brought out the 2 slowest charges that I have. These are the cantilevered bullets, a 23 and a 25 grain. These should be sub 2,000 feet per second if the chronographs will actually pick this up. $15.44. $15.24, $15.24.
Size was wiped out. Don't get it next time.
Give you this top-down shot, but at 1,550 feet per second, this bullet still has some terminal effect left in it, meaning that the jacket did separate from the core and the penetrator. Our jacket is left mainly whole right there, and both shots. Our penetrator tip on the first shot ended right there. Then the core went off into Never Never Land. We'll have to see if we can find that in a second. But on our second shot, we'll come over here. So we've got almost an instantaneous neck meld, maybe about an inch. Then that jacket goes out to about the 6-inch mark. Then what happens is our core, in this case, dives down to right around the 16-inch mark. But our penetrator, he deviates that way, and he's all the way up there. So that's about the 22-inch mark. Could be longer if you laid it out flat, but that's the penetrator base forward. Very, very interesting. So someone who's a lot smarter than me hopefully can calculate the ballistic coefficient off of the macros that I provide and give me some kind of semblance of at what yardage that 1,500 feet per second would equate to. But that's pretty darn amazing, folks. Very, very impressive terminal performance, even at that handicap. It's going to be hard to see, but that core on that first shot made it right around to the 18 to 19-inch mark. We'll step up the powder charge to 30 grains this time. That was the non-cantilevered version. And now the cantilevered version. 21.25. Somewhat different results this time at that increase of velocity of about 500 feet per second. We have some disruption almost instantaneously, about a half-inch there, and it calms down. But right around the 7 to 8-inch mark, we get that split again, and the split completes right around the 12-inch mark. It looks like the non-cantilevered jacket made it to 12 inches, but the cantilevered jacket made it to around 15. And you can see we have the split from the core, and then the penetrator goes out that way. The core continues on both samples right down to around the 25-inch mark. I apologize, you can't see these. These are pretty much what I had for gel blocks. And we did find one of the penetrators laying on the table there, so that exceeded, 16 inches there. Try to give you a top-down shot. It's kind of really hard to see. There's where the penetrator breaks off on the cantilevered shot, and over here is where it breaks off on the standard. All right, this is our last reduced powder charge load. This is 40 grains, so we should see, I think, 2,500 feet per second. The non-cantilevered version is first. And now the cantilevered version. 25.36. Very, very nice. So it looks like with our 120 grain EPR or XM 1186 general purpose round, Somewhere between 2,500 and 2,100 feet per second is where we start to lose that fragmentation, and that jacket goes from exploding to more so peeling apart and expanding. So at 2,500 feet per second, we have all of that fragmentation occurring very, very shortly after initial contact. The bulk of those are extending out to the 5-inch mark. We have some out to the 10-inch mark, and on the non-cantilevered bullet, the penetrator made it to the 15-inch mark. On the cantilevered version, that guy left the block and who knows where he's at. Both of the cores, again, hard to see, 25 inches of total penetration there. So this round is very, very ideal for terminal ballistics inside of that 16-inch mark, and then some if you need a little extra punch. So this should do very well against barriers. Obviously, I don't have any barriers to test this against. We've used it in our armor testing, and it is very effective, and you need a good level 4 to stop it, at least from the 16-inch. You know, obviously with the 13-inch and the newly proposed 10 or 11-inch, that velocity is going to be down there a little bit. I think from what I saw from Grand Thumb's video, it was like 2,900 feet per second for the RRA, and I'm normally around 3,200 feet per second from the 16-inch. But this stuff is downright amazing, just like M855A1 and M80A1. The lighting today in these blocks aren't doing us any favor, but just like the other ones where we're splitting off, that split is occurring at the 7 to 8 inch mark and creating 2, if not sometimes 3 separate room channels that then split off by at least 1 to 3 inches there. I am impressed, to say the least, and I would have no qualms about using this even out of that 10-inch barrel. Obviously, the engagement distance to which you're going to be able to do this is going to be shortened with that shorter barrel, but this stuff is nasty. This angle might give you a better idea. This is the 30 grain, so we have all that fragmentation, and then right there around the 7 to 8 inch mark is where that tip splits off, and because of how long that thing is, it's going to tumble, and that's going to make itself a pretty wide room channel as well. And then our core, the copper, is what's left to penetrate in this case when you get that good fragmentation at that higher velocity. And here are our marching orders. There's what the projectile looks like on fire. There was the 1550, the 2000, the 2100, and then the 2500. The jacket obviously fragmented completely. I didn't feel like digging all that out of there. Our tips, for the most part, are unharmed. If they hit my little backer up there, which is made out of metal, they tend to deform a little bit. But very, very impressive. The core is copper. That's not going to deform very much either. Now, that in itself, its wounding capabilities aren't going to be the greatest, pretty much because it's a round copper slug. But you get the penetration depths to hit something past the 8 mark, it'll still do it. Well, folks, I think the takeaway from today's testing is that our EPR bullet, or Enhanced Performance Round Bullet, is a monster when it comes to terminal effect. The combination of our jacket, core, and steel penetrator at the right velocities produce amazing penetration and terminal ballistics. This particular 120 grain EPR or XM1186 bullet performed all the way out to a simulated range of 800 meters. That's quite a bit of range, and we're still getting this thing to break apart. And then when we got up closer, we were still able to fragment out and through the full velocity at that thing. That wound channel was simply amazing. And we're also able to penetrate other barriers such as body armor with this style bullet. As I mentioned, this particular 120 grain bullet could be an early generation or prototype of the 120 grain EPR XM1186. I've seen some of the patent mention that we've got the 4 cantilever driving bands and a revised steel penetrating tip in there. It's got a boat tail in the front of it, and I don't have any access to that. So again, this is just a small sample size of what this bullet is potentially capable of, but I'm impressed. Now, whether or not the NGSW M7 is going to see a lot larger fielding and replacement of the M4 in the U.S. military, that's going to be hard to say, because this particular gun of mine in the 16-inch is like 11 plus pounds. You know, they have that new M7A1 variant, so it's being called, that has the 10 or 11-inch barrel. That's, I think, over a pound lighter, and that could play into part there, especially if they're able to crank the velocity of that particular 6.8 this cartridge up a little bit to make up for that barrel length, because I think they said that cartridge can take up to 120,000 PSI, and I think our XM1186 is running right there around 80,000 PSI. With all that being said, it's time for me to get the heck out of here. But at the end of all my videos, I take a moment to thank all those who help make these possible, because there's a lot that goes into them. Number one is my family. Beacon would like to remind you all to like, subscribe, and share these videos so that a logarithm can work for us and not against us. These videos take a long time to make, so any of that is greatly appreciated. Number two are my YouTube channel members and my Patreon supporters on the campsite in the description below. There's varying different landing pages, so if you're looking to give back to the channel for this information that I've provided, there's things in there for RMA, Mira Safety, My Medic, etc., etc. And what I do with all of that is I put it right back in the channel. Number three is Warpig Armory. Again, in full transparency, made these 6.8 projectiles available for us to hand load so that we could have an idea of what this particular bullet is capable of. And of course, number four is you all for watching. Until next time, I'll catch you at the range.
Mission available.
Venezuela is large. They see
incoming strike in your vicinity.
Contact with the enemy.
Contact. Enemy infantry engaging.
One down. Venezuela. I got one Venezuelan down. One moving up. Moving up. I'm trying to find some Venezuelans. They're everywhere. Smoke out. Push up. I need Delta Force. Up here pushing up. Make contact with the Venezuelans.
Check your map for new mission details.
I can't play when I'm laughing like a motherfucker.
One down. I need backup. All units push up P5. I'm down. Venezuelans everywhere. They're fucking everywhere. Goddamn Venezuelans. Fucking on the ground. Goddamn on the ground. Fire. Keep there. The drone moving. You missed every goddamn shot. Venezuela. Fucking missing all the Venezuelans. This country is awful. This country is
No, don't shoot.
Don't shoot. Tell me about it. Get out. No respawn.
Redeploy point over there.
Illuminati.
Enemy contact.
Take cover. Keep your head on the ground. Look at all that wall. There's a lot of walls. Wall. Keep going. Play how many things the enemy. Run over the whale.
Target-rich environment. Stay alert.
What happened? What's up? Venezuela. Get for Venezuela.
Highs. If you make higher highs, you could be making then higher lows. Higher highs, higher lows. That's called an uptrend. Now, if I look at another one in that list and say, well, what about Met? This is kind of more classic what you're probably going to find from that search or scan. Well, this is kind of your classic where we yank back a little bit. Now, there's some people that really enjoy buying on the dip, okay? Where the sellers have knocked the price down a little bit, and it might be closer to an area of support. Now, they like that because they might be getting something a little bit more price attractive. Maybe the fundamentals might be a little bit more attractive.
Do you want to go hot or do you want to go on the outside?
These are probably things that you're looking at or scanning, you're looking at in the morning or midday, because you're saying, look, if they're getting above,
We're gonna go where Marco Rubio tells us to go.
Higher highs. And the higher up it goes, it starts to trigger the 20-day high, the 55-day high perhaps, the breakout script, the whole moving average 10, and the trade above the high low day or close above the high low day. You get multiple bullish alerts going off the higher it goes. Now, if you looked at a stock like MS for just a sec, okay, is this more diagonal or more horizontal? Well, if we're
Can
talking about
somebody
the very
tell me
short-term
why the
sense, we'd probably
Cubans were
say
in
this case-
Venezuela?
Well, last week diagonal. If we're saying something, let's say more horizontal, probably saying we could say both. This one looks
We killed
very
more
much
Cubans
like
than
the HR,
Venezuelans when we
okay?
took Maduro.
If I brought up just one last one, COP, and said, what do we see here? Well, this is a little bit more the recent diagonal as well. And this is what we really mean by this, right? You break the diagonal, and it doesn't always work like this. Sometimes it can happen. You break the diagonal, and what you're sometimes going to see is you get a red candle. Repeat. The second day of the breakout tends to be the red candle day. Tends to be. That does not mean that it's bearish. It just means it's trying to make a higher low. Very next day, going back to the upside, makes a higher high, scrolling one day down, and then here we are. But that's kind of really why the investor is trying to focus on trend line breaks. Now, so I want to kind of share that with you. I haven't shared that in a while, and I want to kind of share that because there were some questions regarding looking for stocks that are breaking trend lines. They really could be trend 2s or 3s. So your comments, which I read, the stuff we actually discussed here today, was an answer to the questions that you asked. I'm at my time here today. We have Cameron May coming up next. Your homework assignment. He said, James, could you send that out one more time? I don't have it. Okay? Now, we're not talking about putting this in your stocking stuffer, but if you have your stocking out, stuff that one in your stocking stuffer and start running those scans as well. I'm out of my time here today. We also did 2 sample trades with this as well. Stay tuned for Cameron May coming up next. Thank you, Rachel Dash, for answering
That's what they said about Epstein.
And thank you ahead of time for filling out that survey. So now remember, with what we discussed, it was done for example, illustrative purposes only. We kind of fall through on the concept of actually looking at those married puts if the stock went up or down. Kind of very interesting on those 2 points we talked about. And we also brought up the point of how do you actually find these trend line breaks?
I never did anything illegal.
Use there.
I just grabbed them by the pussy.
Tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. And stay tuned for Rachel's class coming up this afternoon. Take care. Bye.
Check your missions.
Fellas, I got a vehicle key card.
Hostiles have a teammate dialed in. Do something about it.
I don't know how I did it, but I found one.
Let's finish this mission, then we can get advanced weapons, and then we can start going to the middle.
Target down. Stay alert. They're gonna come after you.
UAVs are activated. We're gonna find them and we're gonna kill them good.
One last target. Now hustle up.
Firing.
Request immediate support fire.
Hey, firm.
The squad is wiped.
Good job.
They're gonna get their second chance though, so careful.
Check clear. We can't target in on you now. Ordnance inbound. Get clear.
Move to that location.
Who wants a tank?
I need all the intel you can get on the hostiles. Secure as many beacons as you can. The more your team has, the faster they'll calibrate. Item marked.
America's number one.
Check fire on your speed. That beacon needs you to keep a slow pace to calibrate.
Move to that location. Doesn't look good.
Mission complete. Keep punching hard out there.
Got a free rifle over here.
That zone's heating up fast. You won't be safe there for long.
Where is he? Our down teammate. Oh shit.
Deploy point near you. Call it
I don't see him. I'll get him and I'll catch up.
Got your message. Reinforcements incoming. Hold tight till they redeploy. comes that weapons drop. You've got a new mission on the way. Review your briefing.
Found over to that location.
Go downhill.
10-4, copy that. You're clear to move.
Heads up. Check your map for new mission details. Target is a high-value laptop. Retrieve the intel and pull the hardware. Hostiles will know you're there, so stay sharp. Heads up. Your grid's about to be compromised by NXC. After this. Heads up. I'm sending in a drone. Now hustle that data over to the extraction point.
Fire wheel!
Enemy dropping into your area.
Introducing Iron Beam, a bright choice for futures trading. Iron Beam is an industry-leading broker catering to traders worldwide with 24-hour live support and the free Iron Beam platform. You can trade the most popular and liquid future contracts anywhere and from any device. With day trade margins as low as $50 and no account minimums, futures trading is more accessible than ever. Register now and let us help you shine a light on futures trading.
Well, Item Beam's ready. I don't want you to be like, man, bro, Joe, you missed my super chat earlier when you weren't listening because we went over it on occasions. But yeah, there it is. Higher the day on Bitcoin.
Sometimes your best isn't enough. It's just how it goes.
You know how they got in yeah. In the NIV, we gave ourselves up. Can you pull up the NIV for me?
Sold themselves.
Yeah, give me that. Give me the translation of Deuteronomy. I think it's 28:68, right? Yes, sir. Watch this what it says, man. Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68 in the New International Version. The Lord will send you back in ships to Egypt on a journey I said you should never make again.
Okay.
There you will offer yourselves for sale.
Who the hell gonna offer up yourselves for sale? Yeah, take me, Mr. White Man.
Right.
Take me, Mr. British, Mr. Portugal. I want to go into slavery. To hell with Africa. That's how some of you niggas, I'm telling you. Some of you Negroes, when you say, man, oh, thank God the colonizer colonized us. Wow! Take us. Who the hell does that? Somebody that's out their damn mind. You're not in your right mind. Go ahead, read.
There you will offer yourselves for sale to your enemies as male and female slaves.
Come on now, bro.
But no man, no one will buy you.
But nobody wants to buy you. Imagine you walking up to the auction block. Wow! Buy me, Mr. White Man. I'm a good nigga. Ain't nobody saying, they can I get 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 500? Nigga, I ain't paying nothing for that nigga. I ain't paying nothing for her. And you just walk away. You expect us to believe such a thing? No, the Bible says they violently took us. And they willingly sold us into damn slavery. Lining up. Go back, bro.
Job, chapter 24 and verse 2.
Come on.
Some remove the landmarks. They violently take away flocks.
And they violently take away flocks. Give me that in Deuteronomy 27. We're going to go right to Venezuela, bro. Give me that in Deuteronomy 27:17.
Deuteronomy, chapter 27 and verse 17.
Watch this.
Cursed be he that removeth his neighbor's landmark.
The Bible says you curse. Whatever nation did that, they cursed. So when you want to wonder why we say, hey, the white man is going into slavery, we be on his head, because that's what's prophesied about. Our hand was going to be in our enemy's neck. We going to slowly bring him down because why? He's cursed. He removed our landmark. Go ahead.
And all the people shall say, amen.
And everybody should agree with that thing. Anybody that don't say amen, off with your head. Thus said the Bible. You don't believe me? Give me that in Wisdom of Solomon. You know what I want? I'm going to show you the precept. This is what they fear, bro. We able to go into the Bible and give you the proper understanding. Anybody that don't agree with what's coming to this planet. Oh, boy.
Sir.
Give me that.
The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 18 and verse 7.
Come on.
So, of thy people was accepted both the salvation of the righteous.
They had to accept the salvation of the righteous.
And destruction of the enemy.
Everybody better say amen. Everybody better say amen to that thing. When you cursed for what they did and what they are doing. Go back to that Jeremiah 50. And these pastors sitting up there lying. Give me that, come on.
Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 3. For out of the north there cometh up a nation against her.
Come on.
Which shall make her land desolate, and none shall dwell therein.
Come on.
And they shall remove, they shall depart, both man and beast.
Come on.
In those days, and in that time.
And in those days, and in that time, go ahead.
Saith the Lord, the children of Israel shall come, they and the children of Judah together.
Read that again.
The children of Israel shall come.
It says, and in those days, before that decree bring forth. Because you got to remember, get that in Revelation 7. Come on. Watch this. And then cue me up, the first one. Watch this. Revelation 7. Watch. Pay attention. Yeah.
Revelation chapter 7 and verse 1.
Come on.
And after these things, I saw four angels.
Come on.
Standing on the four corners of the earth. Holding the four winds.
Holding the four winds mean destruction. Winds are every day. You walk outside right now, you're going to feel the wind. Hopefully. Hopefully. You walk outside, you're going to feel the wind. But you got angels right now holding back the four winds, holding back destruction, holding back nuclear. Go ahead. Come on.
Holding back the four winds of the earth.
Come on.
That the wind should not blow.
That the winds shall not blow. That these nations they won't have the ability to push the button. Go ahead.
Shall not blow on the earth.
Shall not blow on the earth. Go ahead.
Nor on the sea.
Nor on the sea. Go ahead.
Nor on any tree. And I saw another angel.
Nor on the sea. That's your warships. Right now, over in Taiwan, around Taiwan, you got America and Taiwan. They both having a standoff. They're having a standoff. You understand who got the biggest missile? That's what's going on right now in Taiwan, in the seas, in the Pacific Ocean, right now. Go ahead. The only thing that's stopping it is the Lord holding back destruction. Go ahead.
And I saw another angel ascending from the east,
Go ahead.
having the seal of the living God.
Having a seal of the living God. Go ahead.
And he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels.
Come on.
To whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea.
You see that? To hurt the earth and the sea. Bring nuclear destructions, both land and sea. Go ahead.
Saying, hurt not the earth,
Go ahead.
neither the sea,
Go ahead.
nor the trees.
Yeah, he said a Mexican standoff. That's exactly what they having. Go ahead.
Nor the trees.
Nor the trees. Nor burn up the trees. Go ahead.
Till we have sealed the servants.
Till we had did what?
Sealed the servants.
Till we had sealed the servants. Sealed the prophets. So when Jeremiah is prophesying right here, he said in those days before that nuclear destruction come, you're going to have northern kingdom, southern kingdom both coming together. How you going to have that? You got to have different acts of war happening. Give me this right here. Pull that up for me. Pull this up for me. Give me the first one. Yeah. Read some of those headlines, bro.
How the U.S. captured Maduro in Venezuela. A CIA team. Steel doors and a fateful phone.
You see this? It says you got the U.S. They saying captured. We saying kidnapped.
Yes, sir.
Kidnapped Maduro in the middle of the night. I'm sitting up there waking up 4 a.m. in the morning. The hell? Breaking news. You just seen a video of him talking about don't worry, be happy.
Right.
Now all of a sudden he on the way to the U.S. Right. Got him in a Nike jumpsuit.
Right, Nike tech.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
Doing him bad. Click on it for me. The AP. Read that for me.
How the U.S. kidnapped or captured Venezuelan leaders.
No, you in the spirit, bro. You in the spirit. Because that's what we witnessed. We witnessed a real life kidnapping of a man and his wife. Negroes get charged for that here in America. You move a Negro a foot off of his presence, you automatically charged. But you don't see that with the nations. We just seen this in real life, the whole world. Go ahead.
How the U.S. kidnapped Venezuelan leader.
You right, bro. Go ahead.
Nicolas Maduro.
Nicolas Maduro. Give me the next one. Straight kidnapped him, bro. Give me the next one.
And Esau is the only nation who suffers no repercussions.
Right.
Them being the fugitive that they are, they can go steal lands, people, kidnap, nothing comes from it.
Yep, and nobody says nothing. You got, remember, it's an international law in place. Well, all these countries are in agreement. Man, you want to do some war, or is this country, in conflict? You got to come to the table. You got to bring your strong reasons to the table, and we give you the stamp. Okay, this is a dictator. We need to take these down. America didn't do none of that. America didn't even go to their own Congress. Right. They didn't even warn their own Congress of the war. My man said, Mark Rubio said, if we warn Congress, it'll get out. It would get out. They don't even trust their own. We got leaks in the government. So we got to go in the middle of the night and kidnap this man.
Right.
Take this man.
It's a war crime.
It's a war crime, bro. War crime. And you got people you can play that while we talking. Just kill the music on it. You got people all over that are protesting this thing. Protesting. Here down in Mexico, they throwing eggs. They're throwing eggs.
At the embassy?
At the embassy in Mexico. Because they see our people are rising up.
Yes,
it was prophesied that Northern Kingdom and Southern Kingdom is going to come up. How are they going to rise up and start calling on the Lord? Through oppression. Get that in Job right quick. Oppression must happen. So when we see these things, now you got to believe it. You got to believe this stuff that you see on the news. We just got to have the ability, like the prophets, you got to come to the right people. You got to come to the right seers and get the information. So you won't be lost in the sauce out here. You be able to get yourself together. What is it, Job 30? Yeah, y'all can play that while we doing it.
The book of Job, chapter 36 and verse 15.
You see this? You got Venezuelans rallying in carcasses against what's going on. Hold on, pause it. Go back up and pause it for me a little bit. Start it over. Because this is, yeah.
That's part of that skirt being lifted up.
Come on.
Like it say in Isaiah, Cap.
Yeah. Now you 100% own the money, bro. It said, look, our homeland is not for sale. This is what they chanting out there. Thousands demanding the release of the president. But they out there talking about, nah, he ain't no damn president. This is a warlord. Right. This is a drug lord. Right. He running the cartel. And how we can deem it? Because we said so.
And if he is selling drugs, then who is he selling drugs to?
Come on, bro.
We know America is the world's largest drug dealer.
Yes.
They buy them, they'll convict the people, and then they'll sell them same drugs and ruin their own communities.
Right. America sit there, sell you the drugs, take it, lock it up, chop them down, and resell it.
Yes, sir.
Right. Resell it. Come on. We know about, remember they got the real Rick Ross?
Yes, sir.
The real BMF, all these drug dealers. You don't move that type of weight without the government knowing. Rick Ross came out and said he was working directly with the CIA.
Right.
Come on,
in that movie Blow, I don't know if you remember the movie Blow with Leonardo DiCaprio, I think his name was. Bill Clinton was the governor of Arkansas, and they were flying drugs into Arkansas, and they were helping him move drugs throughout the country by way of helicopters. They had permission. The government knew about it and everything.
Yep, you're 100% on the money. Go back to that. Where we at?
Job.
Yeah, give me Job.
The book of Job, chapter 36 and verse 15.
Go back to the screen recording. While we moving. Go ahead.
He delivereth the poor in his affliction.
What the Bible saying?
He delivereth the poor in his affliction.
The Bible said he delivered the poor in their affliction. So afflictions got to happen. What we're seeing right now is the affliction of our Northern Kingdom brothers and sisters. So they can wake up. They can see this man is not on your side. He's been a colonizer. He has not been for your benefit since the conception, since he put his foot over here in South America.
It's more like $300,000 if I want to get the car with less kilometers.
And none of his descendants
$300,000. So it's $100,000.
Have never looked out for your best interests.
Less.
Read that again.
He delivereth the poor in his affliction.
Come on.
And openeth their ears in oppression.
You see that? And he open up the ears when the people are being oppressed. So you got thousands demanding the release of the president. They president. You imagine somebody coming to America and whisking Donald Trump up out of here? Whisking Obama up out of here in the middle of the night?
This subject of today's lecture is options.
People couldn't even imagine.
You can't even imagine that. Look, it's hard for people to even tap into the imagine. Where they say where you get imagination from? The back right side of the
some of you may not have encountered
somewhere
them.
over here,
because
bro.
they're not part of everyday life.
You can't even go into the depths of the mind.
Although they are in a
think
sense.
about
I'll
Donald
get back
Trump
to that.
being
Let me
whisked
just define
in the
terms
middle of the night
here.
to a foreign country. Yeah, we charging this nigga with war crimes. Meanwhile, BB over there bombing the hell out of Gaza.
I don't know what the switch is.
He's on it's documented. He got charges against him.
There's two kinds of options.
As we speak, and he's still moving about from country to country.
And
felonies ain't supposed to be communicating with each other. Felons ain't supposed to be communicating with each other, right?
Is an option.
I just saw BB.
I
just saw BB and Donald Trump here in Mar-a-Lago with another felon.
Two felons together.
Right. And the price
Negroes
is
in the
called
hood. I can't talk to that nigga. They sitting kites,
price.
talking through family members. And these two down. Yeah, put that on the screen.
Price.
Look at the first picture, bro. Don't them look like some damn gangsters, Bloods, and Crips?
Is the right to sell something.
These are the real gangsters, man.
Exercise price.
These are the real thieves, the robbers of our people.
It has another.
This is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
Term that has to be specified.
Two damn felons.
And that's the exercise date.
They ain't got you. Nah, they ain't got me. They ain't locked me up either. What the hell they gonna do? They can't do nothing. Watch this. Let me show you this power. You hold it down in this.
Options go back thousands
and I'm
of
gonna hold
years.
it down over here. We're gonna make all
must
of
have
them
happened
perform.
before we have any recorded records. if you want to buy something, you're thinking of buying something
Go back
from
to
someone,
the screen record.
but you don't want to put up the
we
money
got
today.
Negroes still sick. Go ahead
You
and play.
go to some
So
lawyer
we can go down.
and say, write up a contract. I want
you
to
could
buy. I
stop
want to
it. You
buy
don't
an
have to play the
option
volume.
to buy this
Just play
thing.
it.
So, for example,
Come on.
if you are thinking of building a
So they
building
protested.
on
They
land
protested out
that
there, but the Lord said, "I'm gonna wake
is
you
owned
up."
now by a
And
farmer,
oppression.
but you're not ready to do
Pause
it,
it right there.
you
See
may
that?
be
They all
thinking
in the
about it.
streets. You
You
understand?
can go to the farmer
Every single
and say,
time.
I'd like to buy that corner
Y'all
of
read
that
that.
acre there.
They in the streets
I'd like to
filling
have
it
the
up.
right to buy it. I'll pay you now for the
Because
right.
they know the BS
And you get a lawyer
that
and you write up
America
a
is doing
contract.
right now.
And that's
They know.
an
Go
option.
ahead.
You have an option to buy
Feigning themselves as they
at
liberate
the exercise price until the
liberating
exercise date. Now,
Okay,
in
let's play
modern
this a little bit.
terminology,
I was gonna say right there
we
above,
have
Cap.
two
It says they're
kinds.
tired of American interventionism. It's America spreading its
American
mark.
Yeah.
It's America spreading its
European.
democracy throughout the earth. Is what the people tired of.
Yep.
They put a fancy
and
word on it, like interventionism.
it doesn't refer to geography.
Interventionism.
Those two terms. The
Can
terms
you
refer
play a little bit? Let's
instead
read a little
to
bit. Play it. Venezuela people take to
when
the streets
you
after
can
U.S. attacks.
exercise.
Go ahead.
So the American option is better than the European option for the buyer because the American
Venezuelan
option
people take to the
can
streets
be
after the US
exercised
attacks.
at any time
For our brother
until
president.
the exercise date.
Nicolas Maduro Mores
Whereas the European
comrade
option
and the international
can
institution
be exercised only on the exercise date. Right, you see, the American option has to be
and make
better,
real a statement.
or not worse than, I don't know if it's strictly better, but not worse than the European option because you have more
Bro,
options.
stay with them. Go back a little bit.
And people
So,
that what they have wanted to justice. And
I think
people
we've
that have
defined
fought
what
for
they
decent
are. Do
housing.
you understand well enough what they are?
And people who have fought for food.
They occur naturally in life. I remember
When they took everything from our children.
Avinash Dixit was writing about
Today
options.
we
He
call
said,
them to those
well, when you're
international
dating someone and you know the person will marry you, you have
to
an
proclaim
option
themselves
which you can exercise at any time
because this American
by
government
agreeing to marry.
It's not the
Now,
police
one of the
world.
theorems in option theory is you usually don't
And
want
we
to
Venezuelans
exercise
are
a
going
call
to prove
option
it.
Said,
early.
they ain't the damn. Who made you the police
and
of the
so,
world? Who made the
Dixit
biggest
would
crooks the
say,
police of the world?
well, maybe that
and it
that's
said,
why a
we
lot
gon-
of people
we
have
gon'
trouble getting
approve-
married.
we gon' prove
They
this
don't want
thing.
to exercise their option early.
Y'all pimps. But the
What
Lord
we'll
said,
see
I
is
gotta
that
wake you
options
up
have
in
option
oppression. You gotta go
value.
through
They
something
give
because we
you
at
a
ease.
choice. And so there's
We at
something that
ease
when you
as a people. It's
exercise an
prophesied
option
that
means
we
when
was
you
gonna
actually buy
all
the
come
thing,
together.
or in the
Both
case
Northern
of a
Kingdom
put,
and Southern
sell the
Kingdom.
thing,
Give me the next one.
then you're losing the
drop
choice.
that.
So
Give me the next one.
you've given up something.
Come on.
Of course, you have to also
Put that on the
exercise
screen for me.
eventually if things are going
Go ahead.
to make
World
sense.
reacts to U.S. strikes on Venezuela.
Usually when we talk
me
about
that in,
options, we're
Romans
talking
15:4
now
right
about
quick.
options to
So
buy
we
a
got the
share of
world,
stock
they
or 100
reacting
shares of
to
stock.
what's going on. Well, watch this. Go ahead.
And that's the
Romans chapter
usual
15 and verse
example.
4.
Come
But
on.
they
For
occur
whatsoever
all over
things
the
were
place.
written aforetime.
Let me
Whatsoever things were
mention
written
some other
aforetime,
examples.
were written for
of
our
Meaning the
options.
things in the Old Testament.
The
The
usual
things that
story
happened in
is
the
the
Old
stock
Testament, the
option.
Lord was
you go to
setting
your
it up.
broker and you say,
So we could be
I'd
able
like
to
to buy
have the ability
an
as
option
prophets,
to buy
as
100
seers,
shares
to go
of
back and see what
Microsoft.
the hell did our forefathers
I don't want to
what
buy
was they going
Microsoft.
through?
I want to buy an option
And as
to
we
buy
go back and read these
Microsoft,
things, we can
which
see
happens to be
how these
cheaper, by
nations is
the
going
way.
to do.
Usually,
We can see the
usually,
outcome. When you remove a dictator,
costs more money to actually buy the thing than to buy the right
when
to
you
buy the
remove
thing at
a
another
leader
price.
out of his nation,
We'll get back
out
to
of his
that.
country, and you put a
But
puppet
in a
master
sense,
in
let's
there.
think about this.
Read that again.
For whatsoever
Stocks themselves
things were
are
written aforetime.
options.
The Bible
in a
says
sense.
whatsoever that was written
Because
aforetime
it was a zero
were written for
exercise
our
price.
learning.
It's
Okay, maybe
written
I'll
so
get
we
back
can
and explain
learn
that.
from
But
it.
what I mean is,
But you got Negroes
let
saying
me
that the Old
let me get
Testament
back and
is done away with. How?
explain that in a minute.
The Old Testament is not written when Paul's writing this.
But let me go ahead to
What is
other
he gleaming
examples.
from?
Mortgages.
He's saying the
ordinary
things that
home
are written
mortgage
aforetime and is written
has
so
an
you
option
can learn from
characteristic
it.
to it.
And you won't make the
In the
same
sense that
simple mistakes.
If you don't, if the price of
that
your
our
home
fathers
drops
is
a
making.
lot,
What you got, bro?
Matthew
and,
chapter
you can just
13 and
walk
verse
away
52.
from the mortgage.
Then said he
and
unto
say,
them,
I'm out
therefore
of here. It's like
every
not
Every scribe,
exercising
every
an
prophet prophet
option.
that came before.
It's analogous.
Which is instructed unto the kingdom of heaven.
Which
Or I
was
can choose to
instructed. Hey, I want
prepay
you to
a
write this
mortgage
down
early.
because this is how
And
my
that's
people
like
are going to
exercising
obtain
an
the
option.
kingdom. This is
But
how they're going to
option pricing
obtain their
gets
nationality
into
back.
all sorts
Because
of
they're about to go
things.
through a whole list of captivities where they're going to lose it because it was prophesied.
Okay, so
But it said every scribe that was given that kingdom
I thought
subscribed to the right. Go
I thought I
ahead.
should
It's
say
likened to a
something
man
about
that
the
is in household.
purposes
He said he likened
of
to a man
options
that owns a house. Go
before
ahead.
Which bringeth
we
forth
move on to
out of
try
his
to
treasure
discuss
things new and
what their
old.
He said he bringeth forth things new and
properties
of
and
old.
pricing are, which is the main
Things new
subject of this
and of old. He got to bring
lecture.
forth both. You got to go into the Old Testament. Things that's written. This shows
I
you.
can give
Never trust your enemy.
two different
Because this is what happened when you
justifications
remove
for
leaders out.
options.
What
Why do
happens?
we
What's
have
the downfall?
options?
The rest
Some
of
people
these nations
cynically
sit
think
back and
that
they're in
options are
agreement
just
with it.
gambling vehicles.
Put this on the screen.
It's another way to gamble. You can go to the casino,
Go back
you
up to
can
the
play
title for me.
poker, or you can buy options.
World reacts to
Well, I
the
think
U.S.
for some
strikes
people
on
that's just what it
Look at
is.
They got my man in an
There-
orange
There's
jumpsuit.
volatile, risky investments that can make you a lot of money.
I'm not sure.
But I think
They
they
got
have
him in
a
the orange
basic
jumpsuit, man.
purpose.
This
And
is the
so,
president
or purposes.
of a whole nother
First
country.
of all,
Go down.
theoretical.
Read that.
If we're
We
trying to
express our
design the
deep concern
ideal
at the
financial
rejection of the
system,
military actions carried
what would we
unilaterally
do?
in the territory of Venezuela,
And
which contravene fundamental principles of international
you
law.
know,
Such actions set an
I think that
extremely dangerous
some people
precedent for
thought
regional
of
peace
ideal
and security,
economic
and for the
systems
rule
without reference
This
to
is a
finance.
joint statement by
Like
Brazil,
Karl Marx, to come
Chile,
back to him, the
Colombia,
great communist,
Mexico,
thought that
Spain.
we would have an
This is a
ideal
joint
communist
statement.
state.
Said,
and
man,
there'd
we
be
got
no
deep
financial
concerns
market.
about what's going on. And the fundamental
When
principles
they
of
actually tried it
international
and they
law.
tried
They
to do
said,
it,
America said to hell
I think
with the
they
international law.
gradually realized
To
that
hell with what you
not
think.
having
No, we
any
removing
financial
this Negro.
markets
And I'm gonna show just
makes
think
our
about how bold that
entrepreneurship,
is.
our management of
When they
enterprises
sit
kind
there,
of
they got a
blind.
conflict with him.
We can't see
and
where
they
we're
remove
going
him.
because there's no
But
prices.
meanwhile,
We don't
on
know
the
what
other
anything
side
is
of the
worth.
earth, you got
There was an old joke
Russia
that
and
the communist
Ukraine going
countries
against
survived
it,
only
and they
because they had
intervene with their
prices
brother. No, you can't
from
remove
capitalist
Zelensky.
countries to
Put
rely
Zelensky
on.
up there.
Otherwise, they don't know anything
Putin, no, you
about
can't go in
values
there and take
or
Zelensky
profits,
in the middle
right?
of the night.
So we
You don't
need
think he got
prices.
the capabilities? He's sitting there
and I just
trying.
traced
No, you know what?
Many people have written
We're
about
gonna give,
this.
we're gonna give you
But
bombs.
I
We're
mentioned
gonna give you
in
armory
1964,
to withhold him, to keep him off.
Kenneth Arrow, who is an
There in
economic theorist,
in Thailand
wrote
with
a
China.
classic paper
China said,
in which
Thailand,
he
no, this is
argued
our
that
territory.
we don't, unless
But
we
they
have
didn't equip
prices
Thailand with
for
so much
all
armory.
states of
China
nature,
don't even want to move.
there's a sense in which the economic system is
And they,
inefficient.
I think it said it's
You really need the
within
price of
150
everything.
miles of the country.
including the price
But
of
they can't go
some
in there and
possibility.
remove that leader.
In a sense, that's what
And take over the
options
land.
are
We control this.
giving you.
Treacherous dealer, that dealer treacherous.
The existence of options
But Donald, he
are
said,
giving
no,
you.
no, hell no, we got conflict. We going in there.
So,
to hell with international
Stephen
law. It's going to take out
Ross,
too long. Go ahead, give me the next one.
who used to teach here at
All right,
Yale,
go back to the article and go down.
a friend of mine, lives here in
Go
New
down,
Haven.
go down, go down, go down.
In
What the French president said.
1976, in the Quarterly Journal of Economics, wrote a classic paper about options, showing that in a sense they complete the state space.
Transition to come must
They
be
create
peaceful,
prices
democratic,
for
and respectful of the will of the
everything
Democratic.
that affects decision making. So I'm
What
not going
vote
to get into the
happened? How you
technicalities
gonna-
of the paper, but I wanted to start with
You
a
can't
theoretical
change nothing.
justification
Whatever how
for
you
options,
started it, that's
so
how
you'll
it's
see why we're doing it. I don't want
It
this to
wasn't a
come
vote
across
to go
as
in and take them.
a lecture how you
So
can
now
gamble in
you
the
go
options
institute
market.
a democracy?
This is about making things work right
You can't make
for
this
the
up.
economic
Go ahead.
system, improving
and
human
respectful
welfare.
of the will of the Venezuelan people.
But it seems
We hope the president,
a lot of people
Edmundo
don't get
Gonzalez
that. That's why
Urrutia,
Karl Marx was so
elected in
successful.
2024, will
It
be
seems
able
too
to ensure
abstract.
this
What does this
transition as
options
quickly
market
as
do for
possible.
us?
Go to the next one.
It just,
The will of the Venezuelan people is for them
but let me just go back to the
Right.
example I
That's
started
the
out
will.
with.
We've
You're
seen
a
that. Go ahead.
construction firm and
German
you're thinking of
Chancellor
building
Friedrich
something,
Merz.
a new
Merz
supermarket,
said
right, where
the
people can
legal
buy their food.
assessment of the U.S.
And you note
operation
that
is
there's a
complex, and we will take our time
pair of expressways
to
crossing
evaluate.
somewhere, and you think that's
Adding
the perfect place to build a
of
mega
international law must
supermarket.
apply.
Because everyone
apply.
can get there
America
by
didn't give a
car,
damn.
and
What you gotta
there's
take
a
your
lot of
time
land.
for?
I
You
can
see
build
the
a big
kidnapping?
parking lot. Perfect.
Go down to the next one. Russian.
But before you think further, you go
Spanish
buy an
Prime
option
Minister
on the
Pedro
land, right?
Sanchez.
So you
Spain
knock
did
on
not
the door at
recognize
the
the Maduro
farmhouse, and there's a
regime.
How
farmer
do
with
you
all
not
these
recognize
acres.
him being
and you say, I'm thinking of building a mega supermarket.
He's leading
here.
the country.
I'd like to buy
No,
an
we didn't
option
recognize him
on your
being a
farm.
president.
You learn
Crazy
something
work,
at that
bro.
moment.
Go ahead.
You might
But
learn
neither-
that the
but
farmer
neither will
says,
recognize an
I've already
intervention
sold an option.
that violates international
I
law
can't do
and
it.
pushes the region toward
You
a
can try to talk to the
horizontal
person I sold it
of
to and see if you can
of
buy it from him.
uncertainty and belligerence.
Or the
Because
farmer
that's
might
what's
say,
gonna
I had
happen.
3 other
That's
offers,
what's gonna
and
happen.
I'm raising my
Anytime
price
that you
to
got
some,
a
millions
forced
of
regime
dollars.
change.
And then you
That's
have a
what we
second
just
thoughts
seen.
about doing it.
It's
You see what I'm
forced
saying? That the price
regime
discovery
change.
is in there. It's making
What
things
comes later?
happen differently.
Nothing but problems.
You're learning
Nothing
something.
but civil
The
unrest.
farmer is learning something.
That's what comes.
You are learning something
And we
from
seen
the
it.
options market.
Give me the next one.
And ultimately,
Watch
it
this.
decides where
I'm
that
gonna show you
supermarket
in
will
the
go.
scriptures.
So
gonna
that's
show you that in
that's
the
the
scriptures.
theoretical purpose of options.
Come on, brothers. Where we at?
But I wanted to talk also about a behavioral.
Yep.
This
Play that
purpose of options, or
Kill the music right now. Play it, all right? Go ahead.
gets a little fuzzier about the actual benefits of options from from this standpoint. The behavioral theory of options says that well, it's very many different aspects of human behavior tie into options. But
violence coming into the United States. What would your response be to that?
I would say it has something to do with attention anomalies
And illegal immigration for that matter.
and salience.
Yeah,
Psychologists talk about this, that people make mistakes very commonly in what they pay attention to, what strikes their fancy or their imagination. Salience is something psychologists also talk about, that certain kinds of events, or maybe it's similar to salient. Salient events are events that tend to attract attention, tend to be remembered.
So what's different about now?
Now, when you think of options, a lot of options are what are called incentive options.
Go ahead, what?
Okay.
a small group of senators.
And when you get your first job, you may discover this. They'll give you options to buy shares in the company you work for. Why do they do that? I think it's because of certain human behavioral traits that I mentioned here, your attention and your salience. But it's not necessarily very expensive for a company to give you options to buy shares in the company. But it puts you in a situation where you start to pay attention to the value of the company. It becomes salient for you. And you start hoping that the price of the company will go up because you have options to buy it at a strike price. You hope that the company price per share goes above your strike price because then your options are worth something. They're in the money. So it may change your motivation and your morale at work, or sense of identity with the company. All these sorts of things figure in. So that's why we have incentive options.
What we saw in that press conference yesterday was that there is no plan.
They can also give you peace of mind.
Earlier today, Secretary Rubio was interviewed by our George Stephanopoulos, and it's very clear that Rubio has a different interpretation of
Insurance
what
is actually related to options in the sense that when you buy insurance on your house, it's like buying a put option on your house. Although it may be not directly connected to the home's value, but, right? When you buy an insurance policy on your house and the house burns down, you collect on the insurance policy. Well, the price of your house fell to zero. If you had bought a put option on the house, it would do the same thing, right? You would have an option to sell it at a high price, or something that's now worthless. So insurance is like options. And insurance gives you peace of mind. And, so people think in certain repetitive patterns, and one of them is that I would like to not worry about something. So I can get peace of mind by not, if I have a put option on something that I might otherwise worry about.
Do you hear what she's saying?
All right, maybe that's enough of an introduction.
All the regime changes
but I'm giving you theoretical reasons for options and behavioral reasons.
has led to nothing but more civil
I think of them as
unrest,
basically inevitable.
more quote-unquote drugs being funneled into the community.
You may have people advising you not to bother with options markets. And that might be right for you.
So this notion right now that they're trying to liberate the people. You could put
they're
this in the
always going
same
to be with
category
us.
as
And so
all
it's something
those
that we
failed
have to
attempts.
understand.
It never works.
So,
Give me the next one. And then, hey, watch this. I'm gonna show you this
let me,
out the scriptures.
I have
Get that in
a
second,
newspaper clipping that I
Second Kings
took.
24. Yeah.
I cut it out. I've been teaching
Watch
this course for over 20 years.
Start at verse.
Sometimes I don't update my newspaper clippings. I have a newspaper clipping from the options page that I made in 2002.
Remember the things that are written four times.
So that's 9 years ago. But I can't update it anymore because newspapers don't print option prices anymore. So I could go on some electronic trade account and get an updated option page. But why don't we just stick with the Wall Street Journal? So this is a clipping from the Wall Street Journal,
He gave himself up.
April
When Nebuchadnezzar came and
2002,
besieged the city,
when they used to have an option
who was
page.
listening to the prophets, who understood
And
the times, he
I
gave
just
himself
picked
up. Watch
America
this.
Online,
To the king of Babylon,
just as
and his mother, and his
I don't know why. It's interesting how you remember America Online,
and the
web
king of
presence.
Babylon took him in the 8th year of his reign, and he carried out thence all the
And
treasures
actually,
of the
in
house of the Lord, because that's what it's all about.
America Online
After they take the king and the people,
merged with
you think they just stop
Time
there?
Warner.
No, they take out all the treasures,
And so
all your
we actually
resources,
have two different
all your wealth. Watch this, go ahead. And the treasures of the king's house, and cut in
the
pieces
second row,
all the vessels of gold. Oh, you see what these nations have always been about?
That's America Online,
Gold.
Time Warner, the merged company.
Let us get that. Come on.
And then
Which Solomon,
below
king
that
of
they
Israel,
have
had made in the
America
temple of the Lord,
Online
as
itself.
the Lord had said. As the Lord had said. Jump down to verse
These were
17.
options
Verse
that were
17.
issued
Come on.
before
And the
the
king
merger.
of Babylon made
And,
Mattaniah, his father's brother,
they
king in
apparently
his
are
stead.
being
Now
exercised,
he's making the uncle the king in his stead. We
in
seeing
terms
a
of the
regime
same
change right
AOL
here.
Time
With our
Warner
Southern
stock.
Kingdom brothers.
AOL, by the way,
We
was
just
spun
dealing
off
with
by
this
Time
right now.
Warner last year.
This is the whole
They had a
regime
divorce.
change.
They were married
You
in
take one
2000.
king
They were
out.
divorced in 2010. So
Go
we
ahead
can
and change
get
his
back
name to
it.
Zedekiah. And just to let you know that I control you, now your name ain't Benaiah.
Now, but
Call yourself Toby.
so anyway, under every
You Zedekiah.
it shows
We
the price of
You do
the
according to
share
our
at
will.
$21.85
Come
a
on.
share.
Was 21 years
So
old
you can take
when
any
he
of
began
these
to reign.
rows.
Young man, go ahead. And he reigned 11 years in Jerusalem. And his mother's name
it shows
was
you
Hamutah,
for various
the daughter
strike
of Jeremiah
prices.
of Libnah. Jump down to 25 and 1.
What the options
2 Kings chapter 25 and verse 1. Pay attention. And it came
So,
to pass in the
let's-
9th year of his reign,
let's go to
in
the
the
top
10th
row.
month, in the 10th
strike
day of the
price
month,
of 20.
and Nebuchadnezzar, he and all his hosts, all his hosts, go ahead, against Jerusalem. So they came again,
2002,
even
which
after
is like
setting
1
up
month
the
into the
public.
future. Remember, it's April 2002 right now.
Against, go ahead. And they
The,
built
the
forts
volume
against
is the
him round
number
about.
of
Come on. And the
options that
city
were
was
traded
besieged
yesterday.
until the 11th year of
And
King Zedekiah. Go ahead. And on the
$2.55 up
9th
there
day,
is the
the 4th
price
month,
of
the
a
famine prevailed in the city. I want you to pay attention.
The last price.
I want
The
you to
last
pay
price.
attention, man.
The last option to be
read-
traded yesterday. This is the
verse
morning
1
paper.
again. I'm sorry.
It's reporting on
2 Kings
yesterday
chapter
morning's
25 and
prices.
verse 1. Come on. And it came to pass in the
and
9th
then
year
there's
of
put
his
options
reign. In the what
traded.
year? In the 9th
A lot
year
more
of
puts
his
were traded
reign.
on that
Within
day. There were
10 years.
2,000 put options.
Here they come
traded,
back. Here they come back to
on that day in
besiege.
April 2002.
Make a total destruction.
And the last price of the put
There's
option
unrest
was 85 cents.
in the land.
So you see what
The scripture says he did
so
evil
for
in the sight
85
of the Lord.
cents, you could
Watch this. Jump down to verse
buy
3
the
again.
right
Verse 3.
to
And on the
sell
9th day of the 4th month,
a
the
share
famine
of
prevailed in
AOL
the city.
Time
The
Warner
famine prevailed, go ahead. And there was no
$20.
bread for the people
Okay.
of the land. So it became even
And
worse.
similarly, you could buy the right to buy
But I
it
thought he was
at
liberating
$20
the
for
people.
$2.55.
Thought he was
So these
making
are
it a
different
better
strike
place.
prices and different exercise
No,
rates.
they said no. It became
Here's
worse.
This one is
whenever you have
which
a
one
regime
can pick?
change.
This one
You
I
don't
can
do what
reach
we
it.
tell you to do.
Is
We
to
in
buy
control now.
well, if it's a call,
And this is what you've
$25
seen.
strike price.
Within 10
Costs you
years.
45
Go to the
cents
article. Watch
to
this.
buy that.
Go back to that article.
But if you want to buy a put, it
Read
costs
that
you
for me.
$3.60.
A history of U.S.-led regime change.
So we want to try to
and
understand
their
these
disastrous
prices.
consequences.
Okay,
And the
that's the
disastrous
purpose
consequences.
here.
Go ahead. There is a familiar theme
so,
to American power.
Come
on. When it decides to reorder the world. Damn, go ahead. It is against that historical backdrop.
Let me say one
that
thing
Donald
more before
Trump's
I get into
latest
that.
foreign intervention must be understood.
This is presented for the potential buyer.
Go
Okay,
down,
these
go
are
down, go
options
down to where I
prices.
told you.
There's also
For
the
the second
seller
time, go all
of
the way
the
down, all the way
option.
down.
Or called the writer
Yes, read
of
that.
the
America's
option.
long record.
America's
I gave you an example before when I talked about the farmer and you thinking of building a supermarket. So you are the buyer of the option, and the farmer is the writer of the option.
Washington has been responsible for the forced removal of roughly
the farmer
35
is
foreign
writing
leaders
the option to
over
you.
the past 120 years.
35
You could also
foreign
consider
leaders
buying
over 120
an option
year
from
period.
someone else who's not even the farmer,
They
right?
come in there and will remove
It could be some
your
speculator.
damn leader.
You don't have to go to the farmer.
ahead.
You could go to somebody else and say, I'd like to buy an option on that farm over there.
Come on, man. Go ahead.
And someone say, sure, I'll sell you an option on it. And then I'm good for it. That means I have to go and buy it at whatever price from the farmer. Maybe that's not such a good idea. He might sense my urgency to buy it. But if it's a stock, someone can write an option who doesn't even own the stock. And so that's called a naked seller of an option.
Within a decade.
Okay.
You get more civil unrest.
Neither the buyer nor the seller ever have to trade in the stock. This is a market by itself.
He sit up there and came after him.
You know, you could buy an option and then you could
And
sell
we
it
say
before
that the Bible is
as
a
an option
fairy tale.
without ever exercising it.
It was written for a time, Cat.
It was written for your learning.
So the writer could write an option
for your
and
learning.
then
You get
buy an option to cancel it out later and then essentially get out of that contract. So the option becomes a market of its own, where prices of options start to look like an independent market. And this is called a derivative market.
as hostile or
Because there's
unreliable. In Guatemala alone, Washington helped out three leaders.
There's an
in a
underlying
single year,
stock price,
triggering decades of
but
instability.
this is a
and violence.
derivative
You see that
of the
3
stock
leaders
price.
in a single year. No, we don't like this puppet.
They were
Put
first
another
traded.
one. No, you ain't doing what you want to
The
do.
first
Take him out, put
options
another one up.
exchange
That's that unreliability.
was the Chicago
I'm not moving how
Board
we want y'all to move.
Options
You deem you as
Exchange,
unreliable. We can't count on
which
you to
came in
compromise. Just like
1973.
Babylon looked at Zedekiah.
Before that,
You ain't doing what
options
we
were
put you in
traded,
place to do.
but they were traded through brokers,
In Iraq.
and they didn't have the
Same
same
thing with
presence.
Saddam
You
Hussein.
didn't see all these options
And now,
prices in
and now you
newspapers.
see,
It's when they
look
opened
at
a
Iraq.
market for options
Look at the condition that's going on in Iraq.
that the options trading became a big thing.
Gaddafi.
The options markets are
And look at the
relatively
condition that's going on
new.
in Libya.
I mean, if you consider
Right now.
73 new,
When our people, they
weren't
say
born
Gaddafi
then.
was giving them brothers and
Not
sisters
really
over
that
there.
long ago.
Lights,
Since then, there are many more
you know what I
options.
mean? Healthcare, free, was
but,
giving them
CBOE
money
is the first one.
after
But
marriage,
now all over the world,
setting them up. You have a kid, taking
we
care
also
of his
have
people.
Options on futures.
Riding around,
And so
riding
futures
around his
exchanges now
country
routinely
with
trade
no,
options
in a limo
on
with
their
no
futures
top.
contracts. So
With no
that's a
top.
derivative on a derivative. But
Nothing happened to him.
It's done.
Donald Trump, all these American presidents, they riding around. What's the name of the limousine?
So let me
They riding
draw
around
a
in-
simple picture of option pricing.
The beast.
So
They call it the
this
beast.
is
Look up the beast. Look it up.
the stock price,
I think it's called the beast.
and this is the
Can't
option
penetrate
price.
nothing. Right over there. Bomb-proof,
Okay.
bulletproof. Once you
And I'm
get in
going
there,
to
you
mark
good.
here the exercise price.
But you didn't see Gaddafi rolling around.
Then
They
the
removed him.
let's look at the exercise date, the last day.
Yep.
Okay, the option, is about to expire. This is your last chance to buy the stock.
all
Then
these
it doesn't
places-
matter on that day whether it's an American or European option. They're both the same on the last day. What is the price of the option? It's a function of the stock price.
They went in there trying
Well,
to remove.
if the stock price is less than the
Taliban.
exercise
They
price,
say they paved
the
the way for
option is
Taliban to come
worthless.
back. They came back
Right?
as quick as they tried to remove.
It will not be exercised. You
So this is
won't
what you
exercise
wanna
an
see down
option
into
to
this
buy it for more than
Go
you
ahead,
could just
give me the
buy it
next
on the
one. We got
market,
next.
right? Did I not say call? Yes. I'll
And
put it
the
up there.
reason why they doing
We're talking
this,
about call
give me that in
options.
Deuteronomy 33, Deuteronomy, give me
Thank
that.
you. But if
Because
it's
they know-
above the
they know
exercise
our Northern
price,
Kingdom brothers, they are of the tribe of Benjamin. And he
this
admitted
is a
it.
45-degree angle.
Deuteronomy chapter 33.
That's in line with the slope of one.
And of
The
Asher, he
option
said,
price
let Asher be blessed
rises
with children.
with the
Let
stock
what?
price. In
Let
fact, it
Asher
just
be
equals
blessed
the
with
stock
children.
price
Let
minus the
Asher be
exercise
blessed
price.
with children. You
Right?
can put that map up there
So
for me?
this region we say is out of the money.
I think you had the map, right?
The
You had
option is
map
out
for
of
me.
the money.
And then
when its prices per call is less than the exercise price. Here it's in the money.
Mario, give me that.
I'll put it up here, in the money.
The scripture says what? Read it again.
And of Asher.
And then
He said,
on the exercise date, it will
Asher
always
be
equal
blessed
the
with
stock
children.
price
Let Asher be
minus the
blessed with
exercise
children.
price.
Go ahead.
So it's
Let
very
him
simple.
be acceptable to
Now,
his brother.
one
Because why?
confusion that's
They
often
was
made,
getting
I gave the
colonized.
example of building a shopping center or a supermarket on a farm. Now, someone might think that you buy an option on
when
it
they came over,
so that you can
Christopher
think
came
about
over
it and
there,
make up your mind later.
and his
Well, in a
descendants
sense, you could do that.
taking all the land.
But the thing is, you will exercise the
Destroying
option
our,
whether
the
or
brothers,
not
'cause they
you
rule
build
under
the
what
shopping
we know
mall
as
or the supermarket if it's in the money, right? Suppose the farmer, suppose you changed your mind and I don't want to build a supermarket, but I'm sitting on an option that I bought to buy his land for a price which is less than the market price for it. Of course I'll buy it. So you're going to buy it whether you build a shopping center or not. You always exercise the option if it's in the money on the last day. That's an assumption. I mean, you could not, I suppose, if you like the farmer and you want to be a nice guy. I don't know. But usually, it's all about what it is a non-linear relation between the stock price and the derivative. So the derivative is a broken straight line function of the stock price. Whereas all the portfolios we construct are linear. They're straight lines. You don't have to break them. So it's creating the option creates
Let him
a
be
break
acceptable
in
to
the
his brothers. Unify. Go ahead. And let him dip his foot.
And this is why Ross
in
emphasized
oil,
that
because why?
options
This is what
price
it's all
something
about.
very
It's
different.
all about
It's
oil.
not priced in the regular.
It's all about
no
oil.
portfolio
They said
shows you
Venezuela has
this
the number
broken
one
straight line
source
relation.
in oil in the world.
Now I wanted to then talk about a put.
Said he dipping his
What is a
foot
put?
in oil.
Let me erase
It's
where it
all
says in
about
and out
oil.
of the money. So I'll show you. I'll do this with a dashed line so that you'll see
put
which
it in
one
the
is.
last-
I'm leaving
it's
the
the
call
last,
line up. With a
video
put,
on live.
a put is out of the money. Up here,
Watch this. The last
I can't
video
really show
on
it too
live.
well. If the stock price is above the exercise price, because you're selling
Watch
now,
this. Watch this.
and it's in the money.
Listen to this. Go ahead.
If the stock price is less than the exercise price.
This is
I didn't draw that very well. That's supposed to be a 45-degree line. That's 45-degree angle. Has a slope of minus
Or
1.
of the 12
Right?
tribes of Israel. Go ahead.
So, on the exercise date. Now, it's interesting that there's a pretty simple pattern here between puts and calls. What if I buy one call and I short one put? All right? Or write a put. Same thing as writing a put and shorting a put are the same thing.
How you put
All
a
right?
sanction on their oil?
What does that portfolio look like?
How you intervene on? That's their resources.
Well, if I put that portfolio together, okay, I want to have a call plus one call minus one put. All right. So my portfolio relation to the stock price is going to look like that, right? It's just going to be a straight line. So my portfolio is equal, the value of my portfolio is equal to the stock price minus the exercise price. Simple as that. And my portfolio can be negative now because I've shorted something. I can have a negative portfolio value. So that's very simple. You can see that.
Coming out of where? Hold on.
This leads us to the
Coming out of where?
call
Colombia.
parity
Pay attention to
equation.
the words, bro. They just
Well,
took
if
Venezuela's
if
president.
a
But now he's
put minus a
dropping, he's
call
giving
is
you
the same thing as the
inside
stock
information
minus the exercise price,
where they go-
then
they headed
the
next.
prices should add up too, right?
Coming out of Colombia. The question is,
so
are you running
put
Venezuela?
call
What
parity.
did any of that have to do with oil tankers?
Nothing.
Oil shippers. What does that have to do with any of that? You're talking about
There's
drugs.
different ways of writing this,
You're seizing their oil
but it
shippers and
says that
Right. Go ahead and play.
the stock price equals. Let me see. The stock price equals the call price minus put price
He keeps saying
plus
Colombia.
exercise price on the last day, on the exercise day, right? It's simple. This is put call parity on the exercise day.
Crooks.
Yeah, they said they want to make sure the wealth goes to the people. To what people?
Right.
What people are you trying to ensure that wealth goes to?
Now let's think about some day before the exercise date.
Go ahead.
Well, you know this is going to happen on the exercise date. So any day before the exercise date, the same thing should hold, except that we've got to
do you have
make this the
United States
present value,
Venezuela? That's the question I asked
present
you.
discounted value of
Watch
the
this damn
exercise
demon.
price.
Go ahead.
And also, we have to add in case there is any dividends paid between now and the exercise date, plus the present discounted value of dividends paid between now and the exercise date. Because the stock gets that and the option holders don't. Okay? So that's called the put-call parity relation. And now I can cross out exercise date. This should hold on all dates. Because if it didn't hold, there would be an arbitrage, a profit opportunity. So it should hold on this page, except for
In a few weeks,
minor
they're gonna run out of oil.
failures
Who's
to
gonna
hold.
run out of oil? Venezuela?
It should hold
Prophesied they was gonna
approximately
be
on this
dipping their
page. So
foot
let me give you
in
one
oil.
example.
That's why
See
you
if
there.
it holds.
What is Rubio
Let's consider
talking
the one
about?
that I can reach.
What is this demon
See.
talking about?
The strike price. Okay, what is the?
They're gonna run out
this
of
is
oil.
the stock
They're gonna
price.
have to start pumping.
So what do I have?
So
The
we
biggest thing
gotta
here is the
we gotta
strike
keep it up in
price.
reserves here in America.
Exercise price.
These are the devils
So
that
we
the
wanna
Bible
do
speaks of, man.
$25.
$25
plus 45 cents minus $3.60.
What do you say? A court document?
And I'm assuming there's no dividend paid between now and May.
And it ain't Congress either.
Comes out very
Congress
close
didn't know nothing about it. So what court are you talking about?
It may not hold exactly because
these guys
prices may not all have been quoted exactly at the same time, and there's some
We just heard
transaction
the
costs
lady
that
say, listen,
limit
Congress
this.
didn't know nothing about this.
Do you see that now? So because of put-call parity relation,
So what
the Wall
court?
Street Journal didn't even need to bother
Go back to
to put that because you can get one from the other.
Scripture says, man, this Bible is going to help the
But they do
it's
put
gonna
them
help
in
us
just because people like to see
dissolve
them.
all
and,
the lies that Babylon is throwing out. She is the wicked of the earth.
well, some people might be trying to profit from
Deuteronomy
the
chapter
put-call
33,
parity
verse
arbitrage.
Come on.
And if Asher be
But
said,
for our
let Asher
purposes,
be
we only
blessed
have to
with
do
children.
call
Let him be
prices.
acceptable.
Once we've got call prices, we've got put prices. So I just use the put-call parity relation and I
You
get
got
put
plenty of
prices.
resources. Go ahead. And
So
we
now
gonna
let's
get into
think
it,
about
bud.
how the price
Shall be iron and brass.
Precious metal. Say you're going to be
price of a foot is, let's just, this, we know what it is on the exercise day, right? Forget the dash line. There's no dash lines here anymore. We're just talking about call prices.
The history.
All right, so
how they got to this side of the world. So give me that right quick. And then, hold that for me.
what is the price? This shows the price of a put on the last
Before
day.
you get that, watch, because it was
Of
a
a call,
regime
of a
change.
call on the last day.
Give me that
Now,
in 2 Kings 17.
What about an earlier day?
It was a regime change with our Northern Kingdom brothers and sisters.
Well,
I just
the price
dealt with
of a
Southern
call
Kingdom
can never
first.
be negative.
Now I'm going to show you
right?
how they got
so
to
the
this
call
side
price
of the
has to be this amount.
Start at verse 18. Read fast.
It can never be
2 Kings chapter 17 and verse
worth less than
Watch
the
this, y'all.
stock
Therefore the
price
Lord was
minus
very
the
angry
exercise
with
price.
Israel is the Northern
Before
Kingdom.
the,
Our Northern Kingdom brothers and sisters.
even
We know
before
that they
these
as Incans,
dates.
the Mayans, the Aztecs.
And also, it can't be worth more than the stock price itself. I'll draw a
That's
45
Israel.
degree line.
The Lord said he was wrong with them. Go ahead.
and removed them out of his
So
sight.
They got removed
kind of
out of the sight, out of
obvious
his sight, removed out the
that
land.
the-
Go ahead.
There
That's
was none
supposed to be
left from the
parallel
tribe
to
of
that.
Judah only.
It's obvious that the
Judah
call
kept
price
God's
has to
commandments
be
and
above
walked
this
in the
broken
statutes of
straight
Israel,
line.
which
But
they
not
made.
too far above
Ultimately,
it.
we read that they got
Above this
removed
broken
Israel.
straight line
The Lord
representing
raises
price
up these
as a
nations
function of the
to
stock price on the
use
last
as his
day.
belt.
And the
on earth.
closer you get to the
So
last
we're
day,
reading about
the
Israel
closer
going
the
into
option
idolatry
price will get
and
to
being
that curve.
removed.
So on
Watch
some
this, go
day
ahead.
before
And the Lord
the
rejected all the seed of Israel.
Go ahead.
exercise
And afflicted
date,
them,
the option
and
price,
delivered them
the
into
call
the
option
hand of the
price will
spoilers.
probably
Who are
look
the spoilers?
something
The
like
Assyrians.
that.
They are the spoilers that came and took our brothers and sisters in captivity. Jump down to verse 24.
Verse 24.
And the king of Assyria
So think of it this way.
from Babylon.
What did he do?
Suppose an
Brought
option
men
is
from
out of the
Babylon. So here we place the
you
leaders.
can see out of the money
Those
option.
wicked leaders that was ruling. We're not
this is an
saying we
item
exempt. We weren't saying that
for a
we
call,
right
this is out of the money,
on Clubhouse. We're
right?
saying that we was all
Because
together. No.
The stock price
That's why the Lord said, I'm going to
was
send a nation of
$21.85,
issues.
but I've got an option to buy it for
Break my
$25.
When
Right, that's
Northern
going to be
Kingdom got
worthless.
removed by they brought in men from
before
Babylon.
it expires.
They brought in the other nations to part
So it's
our
only worth something because there's
Removed
a
us.
chance
Go
that
ahead.
it will be
And
worth
from
something
Kadah,
on the
and from
exercise date.
Avah, and from Hamath, and from
So what are people paying for that
and
chance?
placed them in the
45
cities of
cents.
Samaria.
Not much. Why are they paying so little?
And
You
they
say
possessed
intuitively,
Samaria
it's
in
because
the cities thereof.
it's pretty far.
continue to read down, the Lord plagued them.
$21.85
So
is
it was
pretty far
unrest
from $25.
even when they was
And this
removed.
option only has
Jump
a
to
month
2nd
to
Ezra
go. What's the
13.
chances that the price will go up that much?
Go ahead.
Well, there is a
Those
chance,
are the
but
10
it's not that
tribes
big, so I'm
which
only
were
willing
carried
to
away
pay 45
prisoners
cents
out of their
to
own
buy an
land.
option
These are
like
the 10
that.
tribes were carried away
So,
prisoners out of their
We're
home
somewhere
land. We
like
just
here
read that
on
history.
that
Go
row
ahead.
that
In
I
the
showed
time
you.
of Hosea the king,
So he gives you the timestamp when that happened. Go ahead.
whom
The reason you don't want to
the king
exercise
of
an option
Assyria
early
led away captives,
is
and he
because
carried them
if you
over the
exercise it
water.
So
early,
that was so when you
your
read
value
about
drops
us going
down
into
to the
chattel
down to the
slavery
broken straight
on
line.
cargo slave ships. That wasn't the first
Right?
time.
It's always
that our
worth
people
more
were carried
than
over
the
waters
broken
into
straight line
captivity.
indicates.
Our Northern
Before
Kingdom
the
brothers
exercise date.
experienced
So if you want to get your money out,
Go ahead.
sell the option.
Came they
Don't
into
exercise it early.
Go
So
ahead.
that's
They
why
took
the
this
distinction
counsel
between European
and
and
they would leave
American
the multitude of the
is
heathen.
not
This
as
is when
big or as
Cyrus came
important
into power.
as you
And
might
he
think
gave the
at
decree,
first.
go back and build the land.
So we can just price the European option
hemisphere.
and
Well, we
then
know it's another land. Solomon already been over there.
we can infer.
So we
what-
know exactly
what,
how to get there, how to navigate.
other
No,
options would
you
be-
think they just
what
went there
options would be
blindly
worth.
and not
So,
knowing anything? Don't
let's,
believe what they teaching you in these churches, in these classrooms. Go ahead
And go forth into a
Now
further country.
talk
Into a
about
further
pricing
country.
of options.
Go
Where
ahead.
never
The main
mankind
pricing
We got to
was.
get the hell
equation
away
that
from
we're
these
going to
damn
use is
enemies.
the
We're taking over all the land. We're going to go
pricing
somewhere
equation.
else. We're
But
never
before that, I
being
wanted to
inclined
just
to do it.
give
Go
you a
ahead.
simple
That they might
story
there
of
keep
option
their
pricing,
which
just
they
to give you
did
some idea
which they never
how
kept
it
in their
works.
own land.
Go ahead.
And they
And then I'm
entered
going
into the
to
Euphrates
not actually
by
derive
the
the
narrow
black scroll
passages
Can
of
you
the
get the map?
river.
Can you put the
but
map
I'm
up
going
there?
to
Put the map back up there.
show it to you.
Someone
Not-
knocked one of our terminals out of commission.
The route that our brothers
The
took.
simple, I'm going to tell you a simple story just to give you some intuitive feel
Around the Euphrates. Just type in map.
about pricing of options.
Enter.
And to simplify the story, I'm going to tell a story about a world where there's only two possible prices for the underlying stock. That makes it binomial. There's only two things that can happen. And it can either be high or low. All right? So let me get my notation. I'm going to use S as the stock price.
For a new mission.
No, I'm going by right. Euphrates.
All right?
Scroll in.
And then
See
I'm
the
going to
river?
use, I'm going to
The river
assume
coming down?
that the stock price, that's
this
today's,
is where they can
that's
read that,
today.
right?
Way to deliver.
And they
We're one
entered
step
into
closer to
the
narrowing
Euphrates.
down
And this is also
By
a
the
simple world in that there's only one day.
By the narrow
The option
passages,
expires
of the
tomorrow.
river.
There's only
For
one
the
more
Most
price
High
for
then
them.
showed signs
So
for them.
the stock
And
can
held
either
still
go up
the
or
flood.
down.
Problem is,
So
hostiles
mu
have the same
is
idea.
equal to
Don't
1
get one.
plus the fraction up, that it goes up. U stands for up.
All the way around.
And D
Madagascar, all the
is
way around.
down,
Take your
is
cursor,
1
all
plus
the
the
way around.
fraction down.
And that's where they landed. That's where they landed. This is where they took over
So
this
that
land.
means
This
that
land was
stock
given to
price
them.
either
That's why I remember.
becomes
I know y'all forgot. I know you forgot.
which means it goes up by a fraction,
Give me, hold this,
multiple
give
U,
me,
or it is SD,
Deuteronomy
which means it goes
19:14.
down by a
I know
multiple
you forgot.
D.
Well, hold that. You
And
coming
that's
right
all
back.
we know.
Hold that map
Okay,
on
but
the, map on there.
now we have a call
Go ahead.
option
Deuteronomy
called
chapter
C,
19 and verse 4.
pricing to call.
Thou shalt not remove thy neighbor's
We're
landmark,
going to try to
remove the
derive what
landmarks,
that
correct?
which
is.
they of old
But we
time
know
have set up in thine
what, from our broken
inheritance.
straight
They
line
set up. This was their
analysis, we know
inheritance.
what
This was Northern
CU
Kingdom's
is,
inheritance.
the price
The Lord said He
if the
made
stock
still the
goes
flood,
up,
so they be able to
and we know
travel
what
through the
CD
Atlantic
is,
and get to
the price
South, what we know as
is
South Central America,
Okay.
North
So,
America. You got that map on there?
Suppose
put
the
your
option
cursor on
has
there.
exercise
This was the landmark
price
that was
E.
established by the Lord. Read it again, bro.
Thou shalt not remove thy neighbor's landmark,
Come on.
which they of old time have set
You
in
understand
thine
this world?
inheritance.
Go ahead.
Simple
Which thou
story.
shalt inherit
Now, what I
in
wanna
the land
do,
that the Lord thy
is
God
consider
gave
a
the Lord
portfolio
thy God.
Not no
Of
council.
both the stock
Thy God.
and
The
the
Lord
option
thy God.
that is riskless.
Not in the council in
And I'm going to-
1948. No.
I'm going to buy
yeah, you can have
a
this
number
land in
of
Israel.
options
Men
equal
getting
to
together. No. The Balfour
H.
Declaration. No.
H is
The Lord,
hedge ratio,
our God, set them in this land. Go ahead.
Thou shalt inherit
which
in the
is
land
the
that the
number
Lord
of
thy God giveth thee to possess.
To possess,
Number of
to possess
shares
the land. This is
sold.
the land that they possess.
of shares
Asher,
purchased per
particular.
option. So I'm going to
Peru,
sell a call
Ecuador,
option
Colombia,
to
Venezuela,
hedge
Brazil,
the stock price
Guyana.
to reduce the risk of the stock
You understand?
price.
Suriname.
Okay, and so hedge ratio
This was their
is
land.
shares
And
sold,
these
shares purchased.
these nations
over
understand
options.
this very clearly.
Each option is
Go
to
back
buy
out.
one
Go back
share.
out. Go back out.
Okay.
Now watch this.
So
give me the
what I'm going to do is write
where was
one
we at? Give me the
call
book. Where was we
and
at?
buy 8 shares. So let me erase this and
Yeah.
start
Watch this.
over
Yeah.
again.
Give me that. Read that for me.
The incredible Incas and their timeless land.
Now watch this. Go in.
I'm on my way to deriving the option price
Read that
for
real
here.
quick. Remember what we read? I know y'all
a little
forgot
bit
what we
of
read.
math,
Go back to Deuteronomy 33
but, okay.
about the
So I'm
iron
going to
being under
write-
their foot. They're gonna be walking on so much resources. Go ahead.
Deuteronomy chapter 33 and verse 45.
and
Come on.
Thy shoes shall be
Buy 8
iron and
shares.
brass.
Listen, that's their shoe. We got the rubber shoes. None of us, we paid hundreds of dollars
Okay.
for rubber.
If the
They
stock
said they was
goes
gonna
up,
be walking on these metals.
if we live in an
Walking on
upward
iron,
in an
walking on
upward
brass.
period, my
Watch
portfolio
this.
is
Go to the
good.
book.
Falling behind.
Read that, bro. Go to the top. This is a high.
minus
Kick off. Go ahead.
C.
Gold.
The love of
Right?
Gold.
Because the share price
gold
goes from
to the
S
Incas.
to
Gold
US,
to the
and I've
Incas,
got
go
8
ahead.
was the
shares,
sweat of the sun.
Come on, man.
and
They
I've,
said gold.
I've
They
written
had
call.
so much gold.
So I have to
they
pay
thought the damn
C to
sun
D.
was sweating. That's how much gold
If it's
was
down,
there in that land. And these nations know this.
Then
Go ahead.
it's my
And
portfolio
silver,
is D
the tears of the moon.
The damn moon crying
minus C
with silver.
to D.
Go ahead.
Their love of precious metals.
This is simple enough.
For neither Incas nor
Now what
their
I want to
subjects
do
needed
is
to
eliminate
buy
all risk.
anything.
They was walking on it,
So
bro.
that means I want to
They didn't need to buy
choose
nothing.
H
Jump down. Just read.
so that
just
these
read what's
two numbers
highlighted.
are the
The
same.
riches that
And
were
if I do
gathered in
that,
the city
I've
of
got a riskless
Cusco
investment.
Which is in Peru,
All
bro.
right.
alone
So,
as capital
set
and
these
court
equal
of the
to each other.
empire was
The Inca
incredible.
Empire, they said it was incredible.
And that
Go ahead.
implies
A priest peered
something about
more
H. You
than
can
3
derive what
centuries
H
ago.
is.
This is the one of the
I just
priests
put
that
these
was over
two
there. He was
equal to each
amazed. He
other
said it was
and
incredible. There's so much
I get
gold. He's talking to the natives.
equals
He said, man, look, all this gold right here. This
minus C.
you understand everything that's against you?
Mu
Can't be out there
S.
sleeping gold.
Okay.
The moon. They can silver
So
everywhere.
I've been able to
I
put
said
together
it was
the
incredible.
portfolio
That's all.
of the
Go ahead.
stock and the option.
But there
It has
is
zero
were many
risk.
palaces
It's going
of
to,
dead
if
kings
I do this,
with all the
if
treasure
I
that
hold this
each
amount
amassed
of
in life.
shares in my portfolio,
And he who began to reign
I've got a
did
riskless
not
portfolio.
touch the estate
So that
and
means
wealth
that
of his
the
predecessors.
He
riskless
said when they
portfolio
transitioned to power,
has to
they
earn
had
the
so
riskless
much
rate.
gold. Whatever
Right?
the king
It's the
put
same
up, they ain't even
thing as
touched
a
it.
riskless rate. So it has
They
to
just
earn
went
that.
out and accumulated more.
If I can erase
That's
this
how much
now,
gold is
I'm
there,
almost there
silver is
to
there,
option
resources is
pricing.
there, precious metals are there.
The option pricing
Where they didn't
then
even have
says
to touch
that
who they perceive.
since I've derived what H is,
built a new palace.
the portfolio has to be worth
and
one
acquired for
plus
himself
the
silver
interest
and
rate
gold.
times what I put in, which is
Father
H
Kobo
minus C.
wrote that
Damn Jesuit priests.
that Cusco became the richest city in the New
That has to equal
chiefs and governors. He
the
said,
value of the portfolio at
They
the
bringing
end,
presents
which
over there
is
to the
either
Inca Empire. Go
U,
ahead.
when they visited
H,
his court,
S
and when he went
minus
to their
C
lands
U,
while
or
touring his
D,
kingdom,
H,
this wealth grew
S
daily.
minus
For
C to
provinces
D, the same
were many,
thing.
and others were continually being brought
Okay.
to obedience. It was prohibited to remove
So
silver
I've already derived
and
what
gold
H
from
is, and
Cusco,
I substituted
nor
into
was it
that,
spent.
and I solved C.
how much
So
gold
substitute
resources you gotta have? He said it was prohibited to
and
move
salt and
anything.
sea.
Nor
And we
spend
get
it.
the call price. Okay.
They just
and it's
walk
kind
it
of a
over.
little bit complicated.
Read it again in Deuteronomy, bro. I'm
All
sorry.
right.
Deuteronomy
Try
chapter
option
33.
price
Look up there.
has to equal 1
Deuteronomy chapter
plus
33 and
R
verse 25.
minus D
Thy shoes
all
shall be
over
iron
U
and bronze. They
minus
just
D
walking on it, bro.
times
And these nations know exactly
C
what it
sub
is.
U over 1 plus
Go back to the
R
book. Go ahead.
plus U minus 1 minus R
It was prohibited to
all
remove
over
silver
U
and gold from
minus D
Cusco, nor was it
times
spent.
C sub
Recorded
V
Father
all over
Coburn.
1 plus R. And I'll put a box around that because that's our option price formula. Okay? Did you follow all that?
If you want to know who's true,
This is derived, this option price formula was derived from a no arbitrage condition.
I'm asking you.
Arbitrage assignment.
Cohen gave you the name.
And the no arbitrage condition
Cohen
says
gave
it's
you
never possible to make more than the riskless rate, risklessly.
Cohen got brothers out
All right? If I could, suppose I had some way. Suppose the
Cohen got
riskless rate
not here,
is
sitting behind
5%, and I can make 6% risklessly.
playing music.
Then I will borrow at the riskless
Cohen
rate
got
and put it into the 6% opportunity, and I'll do that till kingdom come. There's no limit to how much I'll do. I'll do it forever.
Why?
And it can't. It's too much of a
ain't no
opportunity
man
to
gonna
ever
follow no man
happen.
blindly.
So
If you ain't right,
one of the most
ain't no man gonna
powerful
follow you, bro.
insights of
Ain't no man
theoretical
gonna follow you,
finance
bro.
is that
You're gonna be the only one preaching. I promise you.
There's no
You'll be the only
arbitrage
one
condition
preaching.
should
Why?
hold.
Because it's a lie.
It's like saying
What
there are no
you're bringing is a
$10
lie.
bills on the pavement.
And no man gonna
When you walk down the street,
no real
$10
man
lying there on the
support a
street.
false teacher. I promise
Your first thought ought
They'll
to
watch
be,
you.
are my
They'll
eyes
send you a couple
deceiving me?
dollars. But they won't
Because
start preaching.
somebody else would have picked it up if it were there. Well, how can it be there? I once actually had that experience. I was walking down the street in New York, and I saw it was actually a $5 bill. It was just lying there on the street. And so I reached down to pick it up, and then suddenly it disappeared. And it was people on one of the stoops of the New York townhouses playing a game where they had tied a string to a $5 bill. And
So I'm
they
asking you.
would leave it on the street and watch
take my
people
side.
reach for it, and they'd snatch it away.
Don't take my side.
That's
I'm
the only
asking y'all
time
to
in my
just
life I ever saw
follow
a $5
scripture.
bill
What
on the
does the
pavement.
scripture say? I'm
And so,
showing y'all my
it
fruit.
sounds like a
I'm
pretty good
showing you my
assumption
fruit.
that if
Come on,
you see
y'all.
one,
The men
it
out
isn't
here
real.
right now,
And that's all
putting
this
that
is
work
saying,
in for
that
y'all.
if
These
the
are
option
Cohen's
price didn't
talk.
follow this formula,
brothers
something would be
love
wrong. And so it had better follow this formula.
They go everywhere with me. I don't move.
Now, that is the
I don't
basic
move nowhere
core
without one of these
option
brothers
theory. Now,
with
the
me.
interesting thing about this
Every
theory
day. One of these brothers
is
are with me every day.
I didn't use the probability
Every day.
of up and the probability of down.
Good job.
One of
Somebody
these
says,
brothers
wait
are
a
with me
minute.
every
My whole
day.
intuition about options is I buy an option because it might be in the money. When I was just describing this is 45 cents, I said that's not much because it probably won't.
These men know
It
y'all
probably
for
won't exceed
themselves.
$25. It's so far below it.
Follow me
So
blindly.
it seems like
These men
options should
follow
really
y'all.
be fundamentally tied to the probability of success. But it's not here at all. There's no probability in it. You saw me derive it. Was I tricking you? Well, I wasn't. I mean, I tell you, I don't play tricks. This is absolutely right. You don't need to know the probability that it's in the money to price an option. And because you can price it out of pure no arbitrage condition. So that leads me then to the famous formula for option pricing, the Black-Scholes option pricing formula, which looks completely different from that, but it's kindred because it relies on the same
Those
theory.
are his taught ones. He told Israel
And there it
to
is.
go out and create taught
This was derived
and taught ones are me
in the late
doing what
70s by Fisher Black, or maybe
Bringing
early
that word like you
70s,
do.
by Fisher Black,
sharing Yah
who was
every day,
at
like you do. Those are
MIT
your
at the time, I think, but later went to Goldman Sachs.
They're not people who watch you. We all got people
And
who watch us.
Myron Scholes,
But how many people have you taught
who is now
to come out here
in San
and do
Francisco
what you do?
doing very well.
That's why he says, go out and make.
I see him I see him at our Chicago Mercantile Exchange meetings. Fisher Black passed away. It doesn't have the probability that the option is in the money either, but it looks a little different. It looks totally different from the formula that I wrote over there. The call price is equal to the share price, S, times N of D1, where D1 is this equation, minus E to the minus R, the interest rate, times time to maturity, T, times the exercise price times N of D2, where this is D2. And the N function is the cumulative normal distribution. I'm not going to derive all that because it involves what's called the calculus of variations.
These brothers
I don't think most of you
some more than
learned
others,
that.
some more than others, but they're out here putting work in, and they're from all
ordinary
nations. Black,
calculus, we have what's
white,
called differentials,
we have seen how
y,
much
the
you're
x,
doing.
etc.
You got to line up with scripture, y'all. You got to line up. In this day, you must line up with
mid-20th
scripture.
century, mathematicians, notably the Japanese mathematician Ito,
But you're not lining up with
developed
scripture,
a random version of calculus, where dx
Where
and
are the
dy
brothers out here doing
are
what you
random
do?
variables. That's called the stochastic calculus.
Where are the brothers out here doing what you do?
I'm not going to use that. I'm not going to derive this. But you can see that how to price an option using Black-Scholes.
How you train
But Black-Scholes is derived again by the no arbitrage condition, and it doesn't have the probability. Well, the other variable that's significant here is sigma, which is the standard deviation of the change in the stock market.
Every Monday.
So once we put that in, someone could say, well, but probabilities are getting in through the back door because this is really a probability-weighted sum of the changes in stock prices. Well, probabilities were not really in here at all, but maybe there's something like standard deviation even in this equation because we had CU and CD, and that gives you some sense of the variability.
And then we, at daytime, we do yachts.
But I'm going to leave this equation just for you to look at. And, but what it does do is it shows the the option price as a nice curvilinear relationship, just like the one I drew by hand. Which then, as time to exercise goes down, as we get close to the exercise date, that curve eventually coincides with the broken straight line.
I'm a ride with Levi's.
So,
those are my teachers, the Levi's.
Now I wanted to tell you about implied volatility.
And that's why at nighttime,
this equation can be used either of two ways. The most normal way to do it, to use this equation, is to get the price that you think is the right price for an option, to decide whether I'm paying too much or too little for an option.
When you're anointed.
So with this formula, I can plug in all the numbers. To use this formula, I have to know what the stock price is, that's S. I have to know what the exercise price is. And I have to know what the time to maturity. These are all specified by the stock price and the contract. I have to know what the interest rate is. And if I also have some idea of the standard deviation of the change in the option of the stock price, then I can get an option price.
But Yah says right in the scripture that we all, come on,
if I already know what the option is selling for in the market, and I can infer what the implied signal is, right? Because all the other numbers
buy their fruits, y'all. Come on, y'all. He told you in his hour. Buy their fruits. You shall know
There's this one
You'll know
hard
which
to
one
pin
is
down
right.
variable.
You'll know which one's standing
What is the variability of the stock price?
The being around them.
And
the being
so
around them.
what people often use the Black-Scholes formula to is to invert it and calculate the implied volatility of stock prices. So when call option prices are high, why is that? Why are they high relative to other times? Well, it must be that people think, I'm going back to the old interpretation, that the probability of exercise is high. Right? If an out-of-the-money call is valuable, it must be people think that sigma is high.
who won't
So
show
let's
their face.
actually solve
I don't
for
know.
how high that is.
Y'all see playing no
I
truth
can't
like
actually
that.
solve this
Are
equation.
you serious?
I have to do it
That brother,
numerically.
he's a good brother.
But I can
But if you
calculate
don't show your
for
face,
any
brother,
call price,
I'll never show
given
you.
the stock price,
You want
exercise
to
price,
count for
time to
who you
maturity,
are. How you gonna
and
hold
interest rate.
hold
I
me
can calculate
accountable?
what
And you gonna hold? I can't hold you accountable.
would imply
If you don't show your face,
that stock price.
you ain't being held accountable, bro.
And so,
So I'll never play y'all truth on anyone.
that's where we are.
Why?
With,
I'm a preacher.
Black Scholes.
I won't show you another preacher.
So implied volatility
God sent me. Why am I gonna show you
is
somebody
the
else?
options market's
It don't make
opinion as to how
never,
variable the stock
see
market
truth on
will
anyone
be
on this
between
thing.
now and the exercise
I
date.
showed y'all truth in the beginning because I like.
The one thing we can do is compute
but I
implied
never
volatility.
let him teach y'all. He's a Christian.
And I have that here on this.
He's not really a Hebrew.
On this chart here.
So y'all never see truth on anything.
What I have here,
never
from 1986 to the present, with
that
the
means
blue
show
line,
me who he is. When I see who
is
you are,
the
I'm done with
VIX.
you. I ain't gonna sit there and play and say, "Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that."
Which
I ain't
is
gonna do that.
computed
I don't roll
now
like
by the Chicago Board
When
Options
y'all give it to
Exchange.
me, he give it to me.
When the CBOE
I don't
was
need-
founded,
I don't gotta
they
show
didn't
y'all
know
the
how to
preacher.
do this.
I ain't gotta show y'all the
Black and
teachers
Scholes invented
that
their
get all
equation
coheed.
in response
They
to
get
the
all
founding
coheed.
of the CBOE.
I ain't gonna
And
show
now
y'all.
the CBOE
No other preacher.
publishes
If y'all
the
sent
VIX.
me,
And you get on their website.
Why would I show
That's
you?
where I got this, off their website,
And y'all sent me.
CBOE.com.
so y'all come here.
And so they have computed, based on the front month
And those with me.
option, the near options, what the market
That's how you
thought the volatility, what the options market
I mean,
thought the volatility of the stock market was. That's the blue line. And
We
you can
give y'all
see
what
it
y'all
had a
gave
lot
to
of
us.
changes through time.
Those
So
of
that
us
means
that
that
was sent
options
by
prices were
We don't
revealing
think about
something about the volatility of the stock
Preachers.
market.
teachers.
Now, the blue line is from the Chicago Board Options Exchange. What I did, and I calculated this myself, is the orange line
All we have
is
to do is
the
be in order.
standard
All we have to
deviation
do is be obedient.
of
and do this
actual
way.
stock prices over the
And y'all will speak to
preceding
our heart.
year,
To us.
and of monthly changes annualized.
Matthew 7,
That's actual-
16.
So y'all tell us right in the scripture, y'all come on, y'all. He tells in the scripture, but their fruit shall by
So
their
let's
fruit
make
shall
it
look
clear
at
what
a
this
man's fruit. The
What
number
the
of
VIX
men,
is
the number of men following him. Look at the number of
sigma
men that's in his
in the
ministry.
Black
Look
Scholes
at the number of men that's putting the work
But
in.
it is
Please, I'm begging y'all,
in
don't
effect
take
the
my word for none of
market's
this. Look at the scripture. He tells us in number 16, come on, y'all. It tells right here, come
deviation
on.
of stock prices. And to get it more
Mud
precise,
ticking who? Mud
it's the
ticking who is
standard
the Hebrew
deviation
word for Matthew. It
of
tells
the
you
S&P
by their
500
fruit.
stock price index
Them, y'all.
for 1 month.
Are grapes, y'all look up.
Multiplied by
Are
the square
grapes
root of
gathered
12.
from
Because they want to
thorn
annualize
bushes? Are they?
it. It's for the next
Are
month.
figs from thistles?
So it's
17. So every good tree, y'all. Look.
why does it multiply by the square root of 12? Well, that's because remember the square root rule.
Y'all see
These stock prices are essentially independent of each other month to month. So the standard deviation of the sum of 12 months is going to be a square root of 12 times the standard deviation of 1 month. So, and this is in percent per year. So that means that the implied volatility in 1986 was 20%.
You trying to judge?
And then it shot way up to 60%. Unimaginable. In fact,
You heard this about this.
that might be the record high. I can't quite tell. Remember I told you the story of the 1987 stock market crash? The stock market fell over 22% in one day. Well, actually, on the S&P, it was only 20%, but a lot in one day. It really spooked the options market. So the call option prices went way up, thinking that there's some big volatility here. We don't know which way it'll be next. Maybe it'll be up, maybe it'll be down. It switched the implied volatility temporarily up to a huge level. It came right back down. My actual volatility, now this is, I calculated this for each date as the volatility of the market over the preceding year. Well, since I put October 1987 in my formula, I got a jump up in actual volatility. But not all as big as the options market did. So the option market is looking ahead. And I have no way to look ahead other than to look at the options market.
They don't follow you.
So when I did my actual volatility, I was obliged to look at volatility in the past. And it went up because of the 1987 volatility, but not so much. So what this means is that in 1987, people really panicked. They thought something was really going on in the stock market. They didn't know what it was, and they were really worried. And that's why we see this spike in implied volatility. There's a couple other spikes that I've noted. The Asian financial crisis occurred in the mid-1990s. Now, that is something that was primarily Asian, but it got people anxious over here as well. It was, Korea, Taiwan, Indonesia, Hong Kong, these countries had huge turmoil. But it came over here in the form of a sudden spike in expected volatility. People thought things could really happen here. So all the options got more valuable.
I ain't gonna tell me to do.
And then there's this spike. This is the one that you remember. This is the financial crisis that occurred in the last few years. In the fall of 2008, which was the real crisis when Lehman Brothers collapsed, and it created a crisis all over the world. There was a sharp and sudden, terrible event. And you can see that actual volatility shot up to the highest since 1986 as well at that time. So implied volatility.
That's why I chose this industry, because the anointing I see
can't ask easily from this chart whether it was right or wrong. People were responding to information.
I love your
and
men.
The response felt its way into options.
Everybody loves me. I mean, they love my.
There's no way to find out ex post whether they were right to be worried about that. But they were worried about these events.
The Cohen's personally giving the facility.
It led to big jumps in options.
They're out here training right there. They train. Some are doing more work than others, but they're out here putting that work in, y'all.
Going back.
This is what Yah tells in the scripture. Judge a man by his fruit. These
I can show volatility earlier,
are the fruit,
but I can't show implied volatility before around 1986 because the options developed. I computed an actual S&P composite volatility. Well, in my chart title, I said S&P 500. The Standard & Poor's 500 stock price index technically starts in 1957, but I've got what they call the Standard & Poor's composite back
Matthew,
to
16. Because he says right here in scripture, every man out here.
So these are the actual.
So every good tree, y'all, if you are righteous, if you're a man of Yah, if you say that you were sent by Yah, he says, look, y'all, he told us, y'all, he said, so every good tree, y'all, yields good fruit. But a rotten tree, y'all, look, someone who should be preaching, someone who didn't get public training.
Consistent data for on a monthly basis.
They were not going to, the tree won't yield.
And you can see, this goes back further than the other chart. You can see that the actual volatility of stock prices has been, except for one big event called the Great Depression of the 1930s, has been remarkably stable, right? The volatility in the late 20th century, early 21st century is just about exactly the same as the volatility in the 19th century. Interesting how stable these patterns are. There was this one really anomalous event, and it just sticks out. And that is the Great Depression. 1929 precedes it, it's somewhere in here. But somehow people got really rattled by the 1929 stock market crash. And not just in the U.S., this is U.S. data, but you'll find this all over the world. It led to a full decade of tremendous stock market volatility around the world. That has never been repeated since. The recent financial crisis has the second highest volatility.
What's the waypoint? Move there now.
This isn't long ago. This is well within your memories. Just, 2 years ago, we had another huge impact of volatility. And as you saw on the slide, it had a big impact on implied volatility as well. So I think that we've had a near miss of another depression. It's really scary what happened in this crisis. What I have also shown here is the first oil crisis. We talked about 1974, when oil prices had been locked into a pattern because of the stabilization done by the Texas Railroad Commission. But when that broke and OPEC first flexed its muscles, created a new reality, and it caused fear of a big spike up in the volatility of the stock market. Not quite as big as the current market prices. So I think this is an interesting chart because it shows that financial markets, there are a lot of things I learned from this chart, and maybe I'll just conclude with some thoughts about it. What I learned from this chart is that
there's a big over here.
Somehow financial markets are very stable for a long time. So it would seem like, for an extrapolation, when are you people going to retire? You picked a retirement date yet?
So I said him.
Well, let's say a half century from now, okay? So that means 2060?
It starts with me.
Something like that. So you're going to retire out here. Your whole life is in here. What do you think volatility is going to do for that whole period?
I don't.
Well, just judging from the plot, it's probably pretty similar, right? I mean, that's not much more history compared to what we've already seen. Probably just going to keep doing that. But there's this risk of something like this happening again. And we saw a near miss here.
I'm going to talk to you first, my man.
But we didn't.
I'm a real man, somebody.
I think this plot encourages me to think maybe outliers or fat tails or black swan events
and talk to them men first.
Are the big disruptor to economic theory. Black shoals is not a black swan theory. It assumes normality of distribution. And so it's not always reliable. This leads me to think that option pricing theory, I've presented a theory, the Black Scholes theory, is very elegant and a very useful tool, especially useful when things behave normally. But I think one always has to keep in the back of one's mind the risk of sudden major changes like we've seen here. So let me just give a final thoughts about options. I launched this lecture by saying they're very important.
So anybody who says something about
they affect our lives in many ways. I've been trying to campaign for the expansion of our financial markets. Working with my colleagues and the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, we launched options in 2006 on single-family homes in the United States. We were hoping that people would buy put options to protect themselves against home price declines. But the market never took off. We have since seen huge human suffering because of the failure of people to protect themselves against home price declines. There are various noises that were made by people in power that suggested that maybe something could be done. President Obama proposed something called Home Price Protection Program, and it sounded like an option, a put option program. But actually, it was a much more subtle program than that. It was a program to incentivize mortgage originators to do workouts on mortgages.
Where's your
mortgages would default? If home prices were to fall. And
these are the brothers out here putting their work in right now for you.
Always.
Right now,
proposing that
these
are
true.
Put options on the house attached to them.
Putting that work in, serving y'all, bringing that for silver. Y'all said once to the soul.
But these are kind of futuristic things at the moment. But my sense, I'm just saying this at the end just to try to impress on you what I think is the real
if your tree is good, if you are righteous, y'all, you should be able to produce good fruit. Your fruit gonna be good. The dudes with you gonna be good. The dudes with you gonna be around you gonna be good. Because why? You're good fruit. You're good fruit, so you'll be able to produce good fruit.
Better, and it will,
look at the men around you. The men around you tell me who you are. The men around you tell you who you serve. If they crooked, you crooked.
Monday.
That's right. If they're righteous, you're righteous. But if they gay, you gay.
I've got the fucking live screen looking crispy.
Matthew 7:17.
So every good tree yields good fruit, y'all. Come on, y'all. I'm showing you in scripture. If you are a part of ministry, that ministry gotta have some men around it that's good. Men around, that's right. Men that are righteous. Men that are, y'all gonna look at the men and say, these are some good men. Women gonna come to you and say, these are some good men. They ain't perfect men. They ain't perfect. These are some good men. That love Yah. That know Yah. These are some good men. Why? They come from a good tree. They come from a good tree. See, when you come from a good tree, y'all, come on, y'all. You are going to be whoever brought you in. That's where it starts at the top. Look at the top. It rolls downhill. Why? It tells us why. Right here. Look, please.
Matthew 7:17.
It's in our face. Number 18. A good tree, y'all, is humble. Look, y'all. A good tree is unable. Look, y'all. Unable to yield wicked fruit. And a rotten tree, y'all, to yield good fruit. That means you're a bad tree, you ain't gonna do nothing good. If you're a good tree, you ain't gonna put out nothing bad. 19. Every tree that does not bear good fruit is cut down and thrown into the fire. Stop. Stop. What does it mean? That's what it is. I'm not giving my opinion. I'm giving you a scripture. It means if a man was not called by God, and he's out here preaching, and he wasn't called by God, Yah said, I'm gonna cut him down. And the woman cut down because he produced no fruit. He's the only one preaching, day and night. This is him, same person. And Yah tells in scripture, don't preach at night. Do my work. It's important that you do my work in the daytime. I'm giving y'all scripture. Not my opinion. Y'all follow scripture. And Yah says, my servants, they don't preach in the public at night. They go to their own tribes and they teach their tribes at night. In the daytime, they go to the public and they preach. These are my children. You know my children. They'll do it my way. He said it's necessary. It's important to do my work in the daytime. If we sent by God, he told us that we preach nighttime. Go to Mount Moses and preach to your people, your staff, your team. Train them up. Get them brothers ready. Help give us confidence to do what you do. That's how they taught us in Hebrew. I was raised in the Levi teachings period. I only can do it Levi's way. And that's what we do. We don't preach at nighttime. If you're a pastor, you don't preach at night. You go to your people, your staff. They come to you and you train them. Same way I did Gator. And then Gator trained all my other people for me. So who trained me? Go ahead. To my son. At night. When y'all out here scratching your booty, my young men